and welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On The Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas, and we're joined by the Scarlet Pimpernel, Kamal Elgargni. Yay! Kamal!
Hey, man, what's up?
Kamal, you've been, I'll be honest, mate, I'll be perfectly honest, it was a bit of stress a few weeks ago because none of us could get hold of you, mate. What happened?
Yeah, it's been a disaster for me, to be honest. It was really bad. People, I don't think I haven't been out in the media. I haven't spoke to no one. I just needed some time for myself. And I think the day after the Olympia, maybe people that don't know, I've got the COVID-19. So yeah, I've been affected with the COVID-19. So what happened after the Olympia? That's what I said. I felt like, you know, after the show, you feel like your muscle aches and tight and everything. So Saturday, after I went to see in like the open class, I think that's what I've got it from that day.
Oh, really?
So as a crowd, yeah, I think I got it that day because I've been like watching with the actually crowd, mixed with the crowd. Everybody's taking pictures, everybody around me, whatever. We've been so busy. And then when I went back home and I felt bad, I felt really like sweaty and I felt like, hey, what's going on? And the thing is, all that week when I was in Orlando, I kept the aircon at the room is off. So I don't want to catch cold. I don't want to have like, you know, the last week, you don't want to feel like anything.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I feel cold and hey, the aircon is off. What's going on? It's that sweaty. So I said, maybe I'm tired. I need to sleep. So I had some paracetamol and I slept. Man, I couldn't wake up in the morning. I feel really bad. To be honest, even I missed one of the photo shoots from the Muscular development. I was supposed to have, I did one Saturday, but Sunday morning, and I missed it. I couldn't even woke up. So the hotel, they knocked because I need to check out.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. They came to me and said, hey, you checking out? I said, yeah, but I'm sick. I'm really bad. Oh, they want to call the ambulance. I said, no, I will be okay. Please give me 2 hours. I'll pack my stuff and I will leave. So they did that and I packed my stuff. And to be honest, I left a lot of my stuff. I packed whatever I could.
Did you?
I swear, like I left a lot of stuff there. I said, I'm not bothered with this. So I took what I had to take.
Yeah.
I went and jumped into the car and I left. And then there's some Libyan fans, which is there in Orlando. They said to me, Kamal, after we check out, we want to see you. I said, okay. So I went to see them and I'm not feeling well. And I was like, hey guys, I'm not feeling well. Oh, no, you will be all right. So I'll be taking paracetamol all the time, every 4 hours. So, you know, when you take paracetamol, you feel a little better. You think, yeah, I'm okay. So maybe this is, I am tired. And then the day after, so we went back. I had to go from Orlando to Miami to catch my flight.
Yeah.
As soon as I arrived, I didn't know how did I made it to the Orlando, to be honest, Miami. Because I was driving. I was stopping every single garage to drink, you know, them, what they call it, the 5-hour shots or whatever. I couldn't, Giles, I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah, man, the worst drive ever in my life, in my own. And I was driving like, I'm going to crash. I'm going to sleep. So I was stopping, drinking these shots, drinking every coffee. So as soon as I went to the airport and I felt really, really rough. Yeah. So I called my wife. I said, hey, I don't think I'm going to make it. She said to me, what are you talking about? I said, I feel really bad. I'm going to die. I swear. That's what I told her. Yeah, man.
Really?
I swear I felt really bad. So she told me, just go. I said, I finished my paracetamol. I've got none. So airport, there's nobody there. Everything is shut. Everything's because of the lockdown as well.
Okay.
At Miami. So I couldn't get anyone because it was late as well.
Yeah.
So as soon as I jumped in the airplane, I said, I will ask the crew to get me something. But as soon as I jumped in the airplane, I just slept completely. I didn't know. It's about 8 hours flight, I think, to London Heathrow. And then I woke up about 2 hours before we landing. It's 5 hours, 6 hours dead sleep. And I woke up, I felt a little bit better. So I calmed down. And then I find my family waiting for me at the airport with my friends. So we drove back home. And then the next day, I felt really rough again. I said, listen, I think I need to get back to the gym. Because I need to train, you know?
Yeah,
it probably helps me, this. But the rules,
get the blood flowing.
yeah, I have to do blood tests. I have to do like a virus or corona test
Yeah.
before I could go out. So it has to be a private. So I said, oh, no problem. Just call these people. They've called them. We paid for a private one. So I didn't even get out of my car because I'm not allowed. So I stayed in my car. They tested me. The result 2 hours came positive.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, my God. So that's what it is. I said, okay. So I had to and then 2 days later, my wife got it.
Oh, well, of course she's
Yeah,
going to.
man.
She's going to, isn't she? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so she's got it, and she's got it even worse than me.
Oh, no.
And I was worrying. I was ringing the doctor. Said, "Hey, my wife, I lost my taste. I've lost my what they call it, my smell.
Yeah.
I was like, I had a heavy breathing, not that much. It's okay. Muscle ache and bone ache. This is the symptoms that I had.
What even now? What about now though? How?
No. Now I'm completely fine.
Okay,
completely fine. Yeah, my wife, she's completely fine. My wife, she had it even worse than me. I was really worried. I was ringing doctors. I was ringing friends. I said, hey, my wife, she's really heavily breathing. This, I said, Kamal, if her face turns blue and she can't breathe at all, that's when you take her to the hospital. Jeez. Keep her at home. Okay. Give her like the vitamins, relax, this, that. So it's like every day, like she's sleeping. I was coming near to her, like I'm listening. Is she still breathing? Is she still like, man, I swear I wouldn't give it to no enemy. Whatever I've went through, it's. I know I got it mild, but it's really, really, really bad. So
that's scary.
Man. It is scary. Everybody has to be very careful because it's not a joke. Yeah. I mean, the mental wise as well. I mean, because I had a heavy breathing a little bit, but I said, oh, tomorrow's gonna get worse. Maybe it's gonna get worse. What if I can't breathe? It's like, oh man. But thank God I'm being back okay. Now everybody's okay. My wife, she's okay. I started training last week. I mean, I had trained all this week. Yeah. So I felt back to normal. But the thing is, even when I had all these issues, it's crazy. When you're bodybuilder, it's crazy. So I kept all my diet. I was eating clean.
Good. Well, that's good. Good.
I don't wanna like ruin all that hard work I've been doing the whole last year and just like eating crap, eating shit. So I was eating clean. I'm happy. Even I got back like I said this week to the gym, and I felt great. I'm happy, man. I'm really like good.
How are your kids? Are they okay?
Yeah. Everybody's fine. To be honest, we kept the kids separate, everybody in their rooms. So we said, stay in room. Thank God I've got my older son. Yeah. So he was looking at the little one because the other ones, they could look after himself. So he was looking at the little one. So he's cooked him his breakfast and he looks after him and everything. And I couldn't hug even my son after everything is cleared. Oh,
because I mean, how many months were you away from them for?
It's 3 months, 4 months. The week I came in, 4 months.
Wow! So you couldn't even hug your own kids after 4 months, and they were in the same house.
I couldn't because I felt. To be honest, I felt bad, and then like I said, that's what's gonna. I think maybe it's a chance I've got the coronavirus. So and I did. So thank God they've been okay. They never had any symptoms, but at the moment. We back, we focus. 2021 is not a good start. But,
oh shit! Oh
no! yeah, man. I really, really bad. But I'm okay now, 100%. And I'm just can't wait for the new season. What's going to happen?
Good. Well, I'll going back to me and Flex Lewis were freaking out because he was messaging you, I was messaging you, and then we were screenshotting and sending it to each other, me and Flex, and we were pulling our hair up. We go, what's going on? So I had to speak to our friend in Newcastle because I sent messages to what's the other guy at your gym that begins with N?
Yeah, is it Didi?
Didi, yeah, I messaged. That's not Ed. So I messaged about 4 or 5 people, all the people I knew connected to you, and I said, do you know the Chan guy, Hugo, and all that, Hugo Chan? I said, guys, what's going on? Have you spoke to him? We haven't heard from him. What is going on? You know, has he freaked out? I mean, what's you know? So then eventually our friend in Newcastle spoke to Pat, your training partner, and he came back. He came straight back to me, rang me, and he said, Giles, he said, look, he's really not well. It's definitely not jet lag because apparently after a show he said you usually sleep for a couple of days just for jet lag and you're tired and obviously you've just competed, so obviously there's all that as well. So I mean you had all that travel, you had coronavirus, you just competed. I mean I can see now why you were kind of you ghosted us, mate.
Oh man, I swear, Giles, it's
no.
been a very, very tough for me.
Mate.
I just, like I said, I just got out of it now. Like
Yeah.
I've been sleeping, I've been like every the time is tired, but I just feeling right now. I just felt okay. I spoke to Flex. I know I haven't spoken to. The thing is, why I haven't spoke to
Freaking
Flex
out.
the other day when I was there as well with you,
Yeah.
because you know I had my contract for US number for 3 months and then expired. So I've been out of like internet or whatever. So it's all happened. It's all happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me anyway, I mean, I was like a really bit down a little bit, but all good now. All good. Hopefully 2022 is going away. 2022 is going away. We are in 221 now. And again, let's start.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. 2020's done. You know, we got COVID, whatever. But so then, mate, let's talk about the Olympia. I mean, when I saw the live stream, and as soon as you hit that front double bicep, I just couldn't believe the improvements you made. Your physique looked completely different. It was incredible.
Yeah, I like what I said. I've told you, Clive. Sorry, Giles. I said this year, like I've been working hard. Definitely, I'll bring a different physique. I'll bring improvement. So we did that. My weight has gone up. I've heaviest I've ever been.
Wow.
I think I was weighing 211.9.
Wow. So you're nearly 4 pounds heavier.
Yeah, 211.9. That's on stage, like, because we weigh it in at the day before the show, and then the next day we competed. So I could have even been a bit heavier if I started loading up again early or whatever.
Hang on a minute. So you weighed 211.9 on stage, but you weighed in the day before. What did you weigh in at?
On the day before. On the day.
You weighed in at 211.9.
On 211 on the scales. Yeah, with the weighing in.
So what do you think you weighed? What do you think you weighed on stage? Do you think because I know some guys they'll continue to drop weight. Did you fill out?
Yeah, to be honest,
a couple of pounds.
After that, I've gone up to 213 after I had 2 meals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 213s, and then the next day, because we did cut a bit more water and everything, it's gone down. I've never gone down more 210. Never. I've been always hold it that way.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it is good. I mean, I had some different what they call it look into my physique, and I mean, I'm sure like everybody's seen, like I'm a bit bigger, rounder, whatever. So everybody sees the conditions there is like everything. Yeah. But that's the thing, is improvement every year. So that's what we did.
To be honest, I mean, like I said, it was the flare in your lats. I've never seen that before. Your waist was still small. It was like everything we saw from those photos that were circulating behind us, between us friends, but privately. The photos we saw 11 weeks out when you look almost ready there and then. Flex was freaking out because he looked so good, and he's like, God, I think he's ready too soon. He needs to cruise in. He's going to be burnt out, sort of thing. But you didn't, and it's like what we saw on stage. It really did translate. It really did. I mean, so you were, just for some context, so you were about sort of say 213 on stage, 211, 212. What is it? 212 maybe? 213?
Yeah, 212. Yeah, 212. I'll say 212, 212, and yeah, it's between 212 and 13.
So, but the heaviest you'd ever been on stage at the Olympia, even when you won the Olympia, was what, 208?
Yeah, even 208, 207, to be honest, when I won the Olympia the year before.
That's a 5-6 pound gain, mate, on a frame your size. That's a lot of muscle.
It is. I mean, I had a good season, especially when moved to train at a Dragon Layer there at the with Flex and John. So definitely, I think it did the improvement as well, because I was there just like for a proper good camp. Yeah. Just like train, sleep, and eat. So, and this is what's all about it. And then, to be honest, I've got like my sponsors with the BBI. To be honest, they really, really looked after me very well. Good. We did a very great job, even them 3 months over there. So I did a lot for them. They did a lot for me. It works like a team. Like when they say it's a teamwork. It's definitely, this is what they made me. So it's been a great. It's like you train in a gym on your own. There is nobody bothers you there, and it's a different. Like I've got the same feeling now when I go. I know lockdown here. I go to the gym in my own. I do what I want. I train what I want. So it is. This is if you want to make improvement, I think this is the steps that you need to move if you can afford it, like to be away, to go away. And like the guys when they go to oxygen, what they call it, it's exactly the same. So if you can't make improvement, that means you have some problems.
Well, Dorian Yates in Temple, Ronnie in Metroflex, the guys at Oxygen, Brandon Curry, it's just zero destruction.
Yeah, definitely. It is a game of like mind rest as well. It's when you got your mind set up and everything, everything is around you. I think you will do much better. I don't care with me, like they say, as everybody knows. Oh, Kamal is too old. Well, he's not gonna improve. Oh, he's not gonna improve. Blah blah blah. So I mean, like what Dennis James, he's always saying, he said, I'm not going to say nothing about Kamal because he's always improving me wrong. And improving, so I'm not going to say nothing. Yeah. So, I mean, this is the good things. I mean, what else? Now everybody's talking about you. Everybody knows you. Yeah. It's the whole bodybuilding world. It's talking about you. Actually, they matching me with the legend Dexter Jackson. So what else do I need? What else?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm managed.
So happy to be.
You've not just managed to maintain your physique. You've at your age, I hate saying that, but you've actually managed to improve it, and you're still improving, mate.
Hey, you wait to what you're gonna get for 21.
Yes, I love it. This is music to my ears.
Hey, it's gonna be completely. I mean, I know maybe with the lockdown, we don't know. I don't know if you heard anything. When is the dates? Because we haven't had anything. I spoke to Flex. To be honest, even Chris. Sorry. Chris, normally he goes the Sunday early morning. Yeah. Every year, so I go and see him before he goes. This year, I couldn't even wake up from my bed to go and see him to say bye because of what happened to me. Yeah. So and then he texted me. He said, "Yeah, he's been away, whatever." Yeah. And I said, "What's gonna happen?" He said, "I've already got the plan for you for next year." I said, "I'm ready." So I am. So
then we want to know what's the plans for this year, then, mate.
To be honest, I don't know.
Oh really?
I don't know.
Oh really? Okay.
He told me I've already got the plan, so I haven't spoke to him since. I haven't spoke to him. I know he's gone back to Miami. He took his family for like for a holiday for 3 weeks after the Olympia. So he drove down and he texted me last night. Okay. 1 o'clock. I woke up this morning. I found his text. He said, "Kamal, I just got back now." Yeah. So I'm gonna give him some time to rest. Maybe I'll text him. I'll tell him he will call me wherever he's ready. I mean, I know he's been driving for 3 days.
Oh my God.
Because he drove down with the family, so he didn't fly there. But and then I want to know myself what's the plan. Yeah.
So, well, I actually messaged Chris. I said, "Chris, do you know what's happened to Kamal? No one can get hold of him. We're all freaking out." And he messaged back, and then I said, "Oh, it's okay. I've spoke to him. He's fine." So I'm guessing. I'm gonna make a prediction here. I reckon it's Athleticon and the Olympia.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do, to be honest, because we don't know now. It's when it's going to be the Athleticon, because as we've heard, the Arnold Classic has been postponed until September. Yep. So is going to be the whole shows like the Olympia September as well, and then that one in October? We don't know.
Just knocked you off there, Kamal.
Yeah, it's somebody trying to call me.
Press the button. Press the camera button.
Yeah. It's my brother. He's gonna keep ringing.
I'm guessing the Arnold's gonna be in September, Athleticon October, and I reckon the Olympia will be in December again.
I hope so. If it's gonna be like this, I mean, the Arnold Classic September, that will be great. Yep. And then hopefully by then I will be, finger crossed, moved.
That's something Kaleem said. He said, what's going on with... He said, please ask him about that. Let's find out what's happening. So, last time we spoke, you said that the plans was you wanted to move to America. Now we know that Flex has moved from Florida to Las Vegas. So what's the plans then, mate? Tell us.
Well, it's a good replacement. So Flex is gone. I'm going to replace...
Well, you're going to buy his gym?
No, I think he's already sold his gym. Yeah. And he's opening, he's working out. He sent me, I spoke to him yesterday or the day before, because I haven't spoke to him since. So I've sent him a video, and then he sent me a video, and he's doing a lot. I mean, he's improving and he's making it bigger. Yeah. In Vegas. So I can't just go to Vegas and compete with him, but it's a good for him that he's gone.
Yeah.
So it's a good replacement. Mr. Olympia gone from there. Is the Olympia? I will be staying in Florida for now. I will be staying in Florida.
Oh, you like Florida? You like Florida? Florida's where you want to be.
I love it. Yeah, I love it, man. It's really, really nice. Even like for my budget and for my like finance or whatever, I think I'll be comfortable whatever I've got. So I don't want to go somewhere as expensive and then I'll spend all my money around. So I would like to do business as well. I'm not just gonna go there and just like to live. I wanna. You know what I like. Maybe I'll open a gym. Maybe I'll start do like my own small private gym as well, like what he's got. Yeah. What he's done. Yeah, probably I'll do to start with. To be honest, I might do my own private gym, and I'll have just like and I've been involved with all gym equipment all around all my life, and I've got all the contacts and everything. So it'll be very easy for me. To start that one. So. And then plus like my sponsors, they're over there. So they will be so happy. They've told me we're going to do a lot more. And I've already signed another contract with them. So for 2021.
Fantastic. Great.
Yeah. We've already increased the contract. So they happy with me. I'm happy with them.
Good.
And then now just matter of waiting because like I said, I'm going to move. I didn't just sign it. I've already.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was active, so I hired I had a solicitor, so we don't know the paperwork. And I was going to mention a few people. I'm going to thank them very well for supporting me, which is one of them, Flex Lewis. He wrote a really nice letter for me, support for the immigration. And Jay Cutler, the legend, Jay Cutler. Oh. Since I spoke to him and I said, Jay, I need the help. He said, don't worry, Kamal. And he's done it immediately.
Nice.
Man, even my lawyer, he said to me, it can't be. It's so fast. We spoke to him on Friday. Monday, I have the letter. Yeah. Because he told him I will be busy this weekend. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. And of course, Mr. Jim Mannion, he really wrote a nice letter for me supporting the Pro League and everything. So, of course, my sponsor, BBI, I had a very complete package. So my solicitor, he said, you are a really, really strong case to get your approval. So we applied, and then I'm waiting at the moment just for the reply. So as soon as I get the approval, to be honest, Giles, because it's a lockdown, I was waiting for my son because my son he's doing a GCC here this year, and as you know, there's no exams this year.
That's correct.
Everything.
Yeah, of course.
So for me, there's no wait. As soon as I get the approval, I'm gonna go straight.
You're off.
I'm off.
So you're saying. So what you're saying is Florida's preferable to Northampton.
Oh yeah, you've been in Northampton. Come on.
It's quiet.
Anyhow, if it happens or not, I'm moving from Northampton.
Okay.
I'm gonna move to the bigger town, bigger city, whatever. But for now, the plan it's Florida.
Fantastic. Oh, that's amazing, mate. I think you were such in your element. Every time I spoke to you, oh, your brother's ringing again.
Yes.
So every time I spoke to you, you seemed like really buzzing and really in your element. And obviously the gains you were making, you seemed really happy and relaxed. It seemed like that's where you were welcome and that's where you needed to be.
Yeah, Jai. To be honest, I had a great people. I mean, even from there, the people in Florida. And it's like what I said to you, when I was going there, maybe they wouldn't get you in, maybe they wouldn't let you in because of the COVID, because of this, at the moment, whatever. So to be honest, as soon as I arrived, I hired the lawyer to do a lot of paperwork to make sure they get me in if something has happened.
Okay.
So we've got all that done. I've got a letter from the Olympia, and I've got a letter from here everywhere. So when I went there, and as soon as I stopped at the immigration, the stamp guy or whatever, he said to me, what are you coming here? I said, well, I'm here earlier, for the pandemic because of this, and I'm going to compete for the Olympia, and I'm defending my title and everything. Oh, he said, you Mr. Olympia? I said, yeah, I am Mr. Olympia.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest,
to throw that in there.
What he said to me, bang, stamp, welcome to Florida.
Nice.
I mean, like, there is no questions whatsoever. They made me welcome. I will never forget that because I had a lot of people, they would say, oh, they're going to send you back. Oh, it's going to be probably this.
Oh, imagine that, mate.
So
imagine that.
Exactly. So I had all the paperwork is being prepared and all this. But as soon as I went there and then I had to be honest, I've been around some shows as well.
Yeah.
Tim Gardner, he's the guy who's in charge in Florida for
Tim.
promoting the show. and he's invited me for a few shows, and I've been around. They made me welcome, man. Really, really, I felt that I am Mr. Olympia.
Good.
I've never felt it. I've never felt it here. Just sitting in my house and
going to the gym, chilling.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, mate. So obviously the Olympia, that had a few shocks, didn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I wasn't like, if you're talking about which was our class.
I'm just seeing what response that gets. You know, no, I'm just talking generally, but I'm talking about generally the Olympia. It was for me. There was a lot of surprises.
This is the way it should be, to be honest. This is the way it should be, because I like it that way. To be honest, I really like it, because you go every year, you don't know who is the winner. Like you going off is going to be Kamal again, or Phil Heath again, or such and such again, or is no. Now, even now, this Ramy is winner. Won the Open. We talk about the Open.
Yep.
Next year, there is no guarantee, because we've seen Ramy, they never brought him. Is he going to bring the same condition? Is he going to bring the same whatever? People thinking if anybody can take him.
Yeah.
Anybody.
But was it a shock though because I mean, like, he came in on a special invite. They said he had the COVID, so he couldn't do Alicante. And then it was like, and then I'm just wondering, and obviously Dennis James really kept him under wraps. He didn't really do any progress pictures. And like, so when were people realizing that shit, Ramy's really brought it this year, finally?
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's not just that Ramy has brought it. He's brought it. It's fine. I wouldn't say he's not.
Yeah.
But Phil Heath, he wasn't 100%. Brandon, he wasn't 100%.
Oh, really?
Even Hadi Shuban, he wasn't 100%.
Yeah,
no. We've seen them better.
Really?
We've seen Hadi better. We've seen we've seen Bonacas better. We've seen Brandon is better. As if you see Brandon when he did the Arnold Classic 2 years ago,
you think he was better?
I think he's much better.
Do you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I loved that new Olympia look. I loved the ultra conditioned. You know, that to me, I thought he brought the best package he'd ever brought.
This Olympia?
Yeah. You disagree? You disagree?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll see him in the morning. Yes, he's, but in the evening, I don't know. To be honest, most of them at the evening, I don't know. It didn't bring. I didn't see like much. I know these guys. They can bring more.
Yeah,
I know, and I've seen them.
Yeah,
I've seen them better. This is my opinion. I've seen them better.
Thing is, I mean, Patrick Tour said that he thought Brandon brought a better look the year before at the Olympia. And I'm like, I completely disagree with that. But for me, I think sometimes it's tricky with the different lighting, isn't it? And the different stage. Like I was at that Arnold Classic and I wasn't at this Olympia. But for what I saw, Brandon had a really like ultra conditioned, sleeker, the waist was smaller. But Patrick said he preferred him the year before. He felt like he had more pop to his physique, more kind of like fullness.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I did see some. I didn't see everybody's nailed it. This Olympia.
Okay.
None of them. Yeah. None of them. And I've seen.
Not even Ramy?
And I know they could do much better.
Okay.
So, I mean, like Hadi, he didn't bring what he normally had. He brings like the Toronto. When is a Canadian
Vancouver,
Toronto, Vancouver.
Oh,
It's the best.
Yeah.
That's the thing is.
And the San Marino.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I know him when he's an amateur as well. He brings more. But I wouldn't blame him because he's always under stress. When is he gonna get his visa? Come on, man. It's the last day. They will give him like, yes, you are competing.
Yeah. Are you able to really focus and really pinpoint zone in on that day 100% when you don't know 50-50 even whether you can even do it? I mean, I'm sure that has to play a part. But also now with the new president, does that mean now that and the visas, is it easier for him now to get into America? Is that correct?
Yes, I think it's easier. Why? Because as soon as Joe Biden took over, there is 7 countries that Trump is being banned, Muslim countries, and Iran one of them.
Yeah.
And so he took that ban off, which is Libya one of them as well.
Yeah.
So it took that off. So he signed them off. So now they're free. They could go Somalia, whatever. It's a free. So I think that is going to make it a lot easier. a lot easier. And Giles, it's happened to me before.
Yeah.
When like I applied for a visa and I couldn't get it, I was preparing for a show. I wasn't focused. I'm not gonna get a visa. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's what points. That's
definitely.
my point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. You never focus 100%, but you know, like that's why I went early. I stayed there. I know I'm there, so I train, focus. I don't have to think about maybe visa, maybe not. But I think that stress. That's why bringing Harry is not in his 100%. And I mean Brandon. I mean, I like Brandon. I love him to bits. I mean, he's such a great guy. We've spent some time together and everything. And I could do. I think he can do much better than that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Phil Heath. Okay. Whatever. Phil Heath. We know it's the problem with his stomach and everything. And then people, they think if they take a year or 2 years off and then they come back, that's wrong. That's a mistake. Like what I said, people, they'll tell me now, take a year off because no. I've lost. Doesn't mean I've lost. Like I'm second.
Kamal, that's exactly what Ronnie Coleman said, going back about taking a year off. I saw on another show I do with Ronnie. He said if it was a mistake for Phil to take that year off. He thinks,
exactly.
He says you're going to lose momentum. He said the other guys are going to have a chance to catch up and surpass you.
Exactly. It's 1 year. It's 1 year. And none of you've seen, like, in 1 year, what actually I've changed in 1 year.
Yeah.
You could double that in 2 years, and then you can never catch up again.
Keep working.
So, yeah, exactly. You have to keep working, because when you keep working after the year straight away, and then you're not going to think like, because if there isn't a goal, if there isn't like a target, no, I'm going to compete at the Olympia again, you're not going to train as hard. You're not going to be dieting as hard. You're not going to do it as like you are. Yeah, I'm competing in 9 months. I'm going to be whatever. So it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. Yeah, you have to be on it and get back straight away and do it. Look at Dexter Jackson again. We talking to him about him again. Yeah. He never gave up. He always came back. He won the Olympia 2008 and he came back. He said, as long as I'm in a top 5, come on, you are at the top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? So I think never give up, especially for me with my age, because I'm not going to get younger. I'm going to get older. So I'm going to do as much as I could. Listen to this, the next 5 years.
Yeah. The next 5 years. So hang on a minute. You reckon you're going to be going to the 54?
Yeah, I'm going to beat Dexter Jackson.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's, did he catch that on camera? Yeah. Oh, wow. The thing is, like, the thing is with you, though, is you're still improving. It's not like you're actually even struggling to maintain a look you had 5 or 10 years ago. You're in your prime now. You're actually physically looking the best you've ever looked.
Yeah, definitely. That's why, to be honest, and I think I'll get lost if I don't do it, man. I mean, I mentioned just like maybe I'm gonna.
Well, there isn't much to do in Northampton, mate. I've been there.
I'm not gonna be. I don't think. To be honest, I don't think I can do it, man. My first show was 94. Yeah. And I've been competing since and doing this. And I'm to be honest, I'm enjoying it more now. I mean, this is the time I'm not struggling.
Yeah.
I'm not like this. I don't have to work.
Good point.
So I've got my things to prepare or whatever. I've got my sponsors.
Yeah.
So I think it's easier for me. I think so. I think I'm enjoying it. I'm really like love the part of the to being a part of the IFBB Pro League, competing on stage with these great competitors. So
hey mate,
it is.
Do you realise that I first saw you on stage, photographed you on stage 20 years ago at the 2001 Napa Britain?
Yes, to be honest.
Yeah.
Today, this morning.
Yeah.
This morning, I just had the memories from the Facebook sent me these pictures.
No way.
I swear.
But the pictures I took.
As soon as I turned my face.
The ones I took.
The picture you took, yeah, of course.
Oh, wow. 20 years ago. And then you, obviously, the Napa Universe in Newcastle, and you won that as well. And then we went to Thessaloniki in 2002, and you won that as well. God.
I won everything.
Yeah. You just win it. But the thing is, I mean, to think that 20 years later, and you're in your prime now. It's crazy to think that every year you've just improved. Have you ever taken a year off in those 20 years? Ever?
Yeah, to be honest, not competing, yes. But you know that the year when I moved from Qatar to UK, this is the longest I've ever took.
2014.
So I didn't 2014 till 2017. a part of it
shit,
because I was banned. I can't compete.
Yeah.
And the other part, which is I'm like, just got back to UK and I did my gym and everything. So I was busy a little bit. So this is the longest I've ever took off. Well, from competing, but not training. So, and then since then, I mean, I can't really see myself like now anyway, within the next 5 years.
Yeah. 5 years. Wow. Exclusive. It's 5 years.
If my wife hears me now, I don't know. And to be honest,
fantastic.
She's a full support.
Good.
I mean, even this year, I said, "What do you think?" She said, "No, you go back again and get what you do the job."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, no worries."
So
I mean, it's, to be honest, this year, like, I mean, Sean Clarida, definitely. He's a great champion. He's definitely. I've seen his progress. I don't know him before, but I've seen his progress. I've seen him when he was like very, very small and skinny.
11 stone when he did his first Olympia.
Yeah, and I was listening to his like people. They're always putting him down. I really respect him for that, and he's always wanting to be there and pushing himself. And look at him today. So he's Mr. Olympia. So he's a great champion, and that's what you need to be. I mean, you're gonna be competing with the top level of the 212. We've seen some like, I mean, George Peterson. Okay, everybody's seen him, the way he came. I know. Maybe he needs. That's the problem on when you compete like in a pro shows.
Yeah.
A qualifier is completely different when you compete at the Olympia stage. It's not completely different. Even the judges, they're looking for something different. I don't know, but it's not easy. As you see, like the hype he had when he did qualified the 212 for the Olympia.
Tampa.
And for the Tampa, and the hype he had is going to be this. He's going to walk it easy. He's going to be. That's all. It's not easy. Believe me.
Yeah.
It's not easy. If you don't bring 100% that day, you're not going to win, because the next guy to you is that close.
Yeah.
Is that close. So it's a really tough class 212, and I think it's we are all the guys are doing a great job. They're bringing us the best they've got, and the 212 is the class to talk about as well. So it is like it's a big part of it.
I'm thinking in the next 5 years, are we going to see a Jay versus Ronnie 212 version with you and Sean Clarida then?
Sorry?
Are we going to see a Jay versus Ronnie type 212 situation with you and Sean Clarida for the next 5 years?
Wow. I mean, I don't know. The judges, they say there's 1 point.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna make it 1 point this year. It's gonna be hella big, different boy. I know he's gonna do his best, and I'm gonna make sure do my best. Just wanted to see. Why not? Just make it interesting, and I'm just gonna.
Good. Well,
I'm just gonna do the thing is that I always loved, and it is my job now. I mean, I've got like my sponsors and everything. They want to see me compete, so it's a lot to lose. If I'm doing good now with my contracts, I'm doing really, really good.
Good.
So
good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I'm doing really good. So I don't want to give up because of like I want to be on stage, but I'm just not going to be on stage. I'm going to be on stage, and I'm going to do the best that always I've been doing. So I think we're going to see some challenge for the next to be honest, few years.
I think it's made the 212 really exciting to see you two now, because you're both guys that are constantly improving. You're both year-round hard workers. You both got a huge fan base. It's like, I think it's really added. I think especially when I think they were a little bit nervous when Flex left the 212, and were thinking, oh God, he's like our our poster boy, and then all of a sudden you kind of came along, and then now there's this exciting sort of battle, and you've got Derek Lunsford and George Peterson coming over from Classic to 212, and it's like the 212 now is really, there's never been as much interest in the 212 as it has been right now. It's huge.
It's definitely even before. And it's like even with the Flex, whatever. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. Okay, Flex. We know every year Flex is going. He's the winner. So that's why there is no excitement. So now you think is Sean is gonna bring what he brought this year, last year.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. I think even for the audience, even for the crowd.
Big time.
So they wanna see something different. They wanna see like, okay, yeah, we know Phil Heath is gonna win. Oh, Big Ramy is gonna win. Kamal is gonna win. Sean is gonna win. So it's not. But when you go, you don't know. You just like feel that excitement that day what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be make the Olympias much better. And we've seen it the last 2 years. It's like what he said. He
Big
just
time.
like, yeah, definitely. I'd love it this time. I mean, as soon as the next day I saw Tyler Mannion as well, and he said to me, Kamal, you coming back next year? I said, of course I'm coming back.
Gotta get my title back.
Yeah. So it is. I mean, it is for me. This is. Come on, Giles. I don't have to say. You know me long enough now, and I've been competing like when we doing the NABA and everything here. I was competing 6 competitions a year.
Yeah. You were winning everything as well.
I'm just doing 1 show, 2 shows a year. That's nothing for me.
Have you ever added up all the wins you got as an amateur and a pro? Have you ever actually added them up? Have you ever got how many shows you've done and how many wins you've got? Because I'd love to know the percentage.
Oh man, to be honest, I've never ever lost my shows. Maybe 1 time I came 4th, and the rest is always like winning. Maybe second, I don't know, 2 or 3.
So say there's like 70 shows, he's won like 67 of them.
Easy, man.
That's crazy. It's like 98% win rate.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember when I won the Wales show, when I won the car?
You won everything.
When he was there. When bless him, Grant. Is that Grant Thomas?
Paul Grant.
Paul Grant, bless him.
From Pumping Iron.
Rest him in peace, yeah. And it's like when he did that show, that year I did 7 shows and I won the whole of them. So I started giving my trophies as gifts to my friends. There you go. You take that, you take that.
Please, they're cluttering up the house.
Yeah, it is like, it's been, I mean, thank God. I mean, I did well in my career, and especially like for competing amateur as well, traveling around. Bodybuilding has made me, to be honest, and I will do my best. I mean, I just seen people like, they say in comment and everything, Kamal is not going to compete. Are you going to compete? Please come back again. We want to see you again. You this, you that. And I said, yeah, come on. I will. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't mentioned it now. Now I have mentioned it now, but yes, I'm going to compete. I've got another contract, which is I got contacted from my sponsor from Libya, Libyana mobile phone. I've been working with them the last 2 years now. They've called me. They want to actually renew another contract, which is going to be even bigger contract. So so there is nothing really keeps me and makes me stop. So I'm especially I'm moving to US. Hopefully, when does that happen? To be honest, because I hope so.
The letters right off.
I had few emails and they asked me if I could do seminar over there, but at the moment, it's been locked down and everything. So I don't think I could do anything because of the travel and restriction and everything. But do you imagine if you're there? And then how many shows, you'll be busy. Definitely, I'll be a bit busy.
Good.
And I think finance-wise will be much better.
Yeah. Also, can you send me a set of keys? Because me and Cully want to come and use the gym because we're feeling a bit skinny at the moment because all our gyms are shut up here.
Yeah, no worries. As long as you bring your test results that you are COVID free. So
I don't see people. This is how I see people virtually. I don't really see many humans because I live in the countryside. It's really worked out great for me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
cool.
It is. I mean, whatever. If you're gonna drive 3 hours, if it's that worth it,
just to do hamstrings.
No problem. I'll give you some keys.
Fantastic. All right then, Kamal. Well, I'm just glad that you're back in the land of the living, mate, and everything's okay and everything's good and positive and because you had us worried there, mate. We were like, what the hell's happened? Where's he gone? What's Yeah, so man. We were really worried, mate. Really worried.
Yeah, I mean, I even what's his name texted me as well, told me Hugo and a few guys said, "What's going on, Kamal?" I mean, I wasn't even in the mood.
Yeah,
to be honest, I wasn't even in the mood. Sometimes like it's better. I need time to myself and a backpack and just relax, especially being away with my family and what happened to me and everything. But to be honest, when I see the news when I see like some stories and some people what they suffer from, I say, Kamal, come on, man, just chill out. You nothing against these people, which is every now and then somebody needs the time for themselves.
Yes.
But I'm really good now.
Good.
I'm just active again, and I'm ready for the fight.
Good. Nothing else needs to be said. Kamal, it's been amazing, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'm like I said, I'm really, really happy to hear everything's good and you're healthy again. And that's it, really. That's it. So I'm just.
Thanks, Giles. That's just all I'm gonna say to you, to all the fans, or to anyone who's listening. Be careful with the COVID-19. I've been through it, and it's not a joke. Believe me, it's not a joke. Just be safe. Inshallah, we will see you the 2021 at the Olympia stage.
Oh,
I will be there.
Yeah. Fantastic. Kamal, thank you so much for coming on, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.
Thank you, Giles. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kamal.
Yeah,
Bye-bye. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we're joined all the way from New York, George the Bull Peterson. Yay!
What's up, guys?
Happy New Year, George.
Oh, Happy New Year. Definitely.
Yeah. Firstly, I've got a suggestion.
Okay.
We change your nickname to George de Bronze Peterson.
All right. It's just like I'm just collecting those bronze medals, right?
Yeah. What, is that 4 now?
4. Yep, 4.
So, I mean, I just literally said that to someone about, and then the person, my girlfriend, she said, "Is that a good thing?" And I said, "Well, do you know what?" I said, "I'll ask him. I'll ask him how he feels, whether he feels that 4 third places in the Olympia, 3 in the Classic from 2017 to 2019." Let's not mention the fact you won the Arnold Classic as well in the Classic. And now, obviously, you switched to 212 last year. You know, you've got a bronze now in the 212. Do you see that as a good thing?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I do see it as a good thing in a way, and I also understand, why it turned out like that. I mean, like with the 3 bronze medals in classic, like I could see the justification, maybe for the two bronze medal, the first 2 bronze medals, the 3rd bronze medal that that got in 2019. I believe that came about that because at that point, that's when they really decided they wanted to go in a different direction with the Classic. Well, they got an idea of where they wanted to go with the division, because I think those first couple of years, they were still trying to figure it out. And I got 3rd for my first Olympian there. The 2nd bronze medal, I definitely agree with. I mean, I wasn't my best in the 2018 Olympia and Classic. 2019 was my absolute best in Classic. I feel like I was definitely the best bodybuilder on that stage. I feel like if it was judged in bodybuilding standards, then I feel like I would have won that show. But like I said, I think at that point they realized, okay, especially after I won that Arnold, and then it was a huge uproar about what's really Classic and what's not really Classic. I think that kind of stirred the pot. So I think they said, you know what, we want to be able to have a distinction between Classic and bodybuilding. And I even though I was my best and I was the best bodybuilder on that 2019 Olympia stage, they knew that they wanted to go on a different route, so I got the 3rd again, which that's fine. Whatever. So that's when we made the decision to go to 212. And then this fourth bronze medal in 212.
Have you adjusted the decor in your house, so it's all like not color matched with the bronze?
And I'm gonna start hiring some painters and have them bronze up the whole damn house.
Yeah. Or for this year, you could put it all in gold to sort of get yourself in the mindset that you're going to win this year.
Yeah. Well, I'm already in that mindset.
That's what I like to hear. Well, I mean, now the thing is, the 2019, I'm trying to work out what year. 2019 Olympia. You had to be 191 to make Classic, correct? Or 192, was it?
Sorry about that, Giles. You froze up. You
okay.
ask that again.
Sorry. So to make the cutoff for the classic, was it 191 you had to weigh in for the 2019 Olympia?
Yeah, 192.
192, and then you said to me by the time you filled out on stage, you're probably like 198.
Exactly.
So did you struggle to make 212, and what did you eventually weigh on stage? Do you know?
I didn't really necessarily struggle to make 212. You know, we got down to that weight. I mean, I don't want to say easily, but it wasn't like a struggle, you know. And
yeah.
By the time we got on stage, what was I? By the time I got on stage for this Olympia, I believe I was because we wanted to drive me out, you know, some more. So I was by the time I got on stage, I was a bit under 212.
Oh, really?
I want to say maybe. Yeah. Because we wanted to drive me out a little bit more, and so I think I was about maybe like, I don't know, I might have been like 209 or something like that by the time I got on stage or something maybe.
Oh, because I just assumed. I think that really shows that you really were pulling it down too much to go to the classic. I think that was because to be 198 by the time you hit the stage after weigh-in, I mean that's a big weight jump. That really shows that your body was really depleted.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. You know, I mean, and you know, not to mention, I mean, those were some hellish times, you know, trying to make that weight, you know, for classic, and you know, losing like, you know, at least 10 pounds of muscle for that weight cap. You know, it was just so rough, you know. But I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. You know, as for now with making the I feel like, you know, making the 212 weight limit, you know, for this year, you know, just like last, it's not really gonna, you know, be an issue. The only thing that me and Justin got to focus on is really just, you know, dialing it in 100%, you know, I'm not even really concerned about whether like I'm, you know, 212 on the nose, you know, like,
yeah,
or even under. I just want to go for the look.
Yeah.
And because I feel like we bring that, then that bronze is going to turn to gold.
Well, you've got Sean Clarida that won the Olympia at 177. I know he's an anomaly because of his frame and his height and everything, but you had Kamal when he won, he was only 208. So, but obviously that's what he looked his best at. So if you look your best at 210, then I suppose it's pointless trying to just make a number just for the sake of making a number. Because the thing is, your conditioning is so good, people expect that of you now.
Right.
So it's like at Tampa, people are saying, "Oh, George is off," and I'm like, "Well, he's not off. He's off compared to what he looked like at the 2019 Olympia. He's still probably the hardest up there because his conditioning is so." It's like Lucas Sladel. He's another one that they'll say, "Oh, he's off." And it's like, no, he's off for him. He's off compared to what he looked like maybe in a previous Olympia or show that they won. So you've set the benchmark so high, mate. You know, it's crazy now.
Right. Exactly. You know, so it's like training and prepping a whole new bodybuilder. You know, now that we've, you know, left classic and gone to 212. And now. So far, me and Justin's only worked together for only two 212 shows so far, the Tampa and the Olympia.
Yeah.
So I mean, and now we got a whole year before the next Olympia to you know, get everything together and really just, you know, get the game plan down. You know what I mean? Because I have 100% faith, like I always say, I have 100% faith in Justin's knowledge and you know, and my ability. And with those two together, I feel like we're going to put something really, really crazy together where we can get that gold medal.
Do you feel like your body still wants to outgrow the 212 like you did with the Classic? Because, I mean, the Classic, your body clearly wanted to be heavier. Do you think? Do you feel the same with the 212 now? Because you're right on the limit now, and you're quite tall for a 212.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe my body still wants to, you know, grow and still put on some muscle that could potentially outgrow, you know, the 212. But I feel like I still have, you know, more time that I feel like I could still like put on, you know, a little more muscle and still be able to make the 212 limit. I mean, that just means I'm just gonna have to just like die. I mean, I was dieting, you know, very hard for these last two 212 shows, but I'm probably gonna have to diet, you know, just that much harder, even harder. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna really have to throw myself in the bowels of suffering to make the 12 limit. But if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. And I expressed that to Justin, and Justin knows that I'm willing to suffer, you know, like nobody's ever suffered before. As long as we, you know, just come in there like, you know, just nasty hard, you know.
I mean, you're as thick as a Sean Clarida or any of those really, like the Angel Calderons, because at 5'8", most 5'8" guys they're not big enough to be competitive as a 212. But I think there's something to do with your muscle structure, your joints or whatever, that makes you literally are as dense and as thick as any other of the 212, or as all of them.
Yeah, I mean, the muscle density, carries me over. I think another thing is that, I think with a lot of tall, relatively taller guys, people might think, if they have to suck down a 212, they'll end up like kind of stringy. But I'm a relatively wide guy, so I think me being like so wide, kind of carries me over to be competitive with the 212 guys, because when you think about it, the 212 guys, since they're short, that's what they're wide. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm wide as well. I'm able to hang with them in that regard. And I was actually, that was one thing I was very pleased to actually see, because that was the whole thing. Like even before doing Tampa, it was like that question mark. I know I'm a very good, competitor, but how am I going to look next to 212 guys? I mean, that was like that question mark. But I'm happy to see that, seeing that I was so good at Tampa, that was a relief. But then there was still a question mark. Okay, well, how am I going to look against the Olympian? The top Olympic guys, and to see that that I can still be competitive even there. It's like, okay, we can do this.
I mean, George, in your first year as a 212, you beat Derek Lunsford, you beat Angel Calderon, Ole Crivier, you beat something. You were third place in probably, I think that's the most stacked 212 lineup in terms of in depth, right up to the kind of like, John Jewett was 14th place. He was 4th place the year before, and he didn't look really any different. That it's so you must feel confident now going in as a 212.
Oh, absolutely, definitely confident. And what makes me even more confident about it is, we were able to achieve that at not even being 100%. So imagine what happens now if we are 100%. What happens? You know what I mean? That's what I'm really, really looking forward to. And and going back to the first question you asked me about, like whether like the four bronze medals, is that a good thing or not? It is a good thing in the scope of it's 4 bronze medals, but it's three in one division and one in a higher division.
Yes.
I don't think anybody else has ever done anything like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was actually writing about you in my column, my MD column, Global Muscle Buzz, and I said, could this guy be someone that ends up doing 3 different categories? I mean, I remember it was a UK she was fitness, then she switched to figure, then she ended her career as bikini. You could go classic 212, and likely one day end up in the open.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Justin's already started talking about that. Yeah, he really has. He's already been talking about that to me. Justin likes to really plan for the future, plan ahead. I mean, he especially when he sees things like when I start to get ready for these shows and everything like that. And I start to get in crazy shape. Yeah. He starts mentioning those things to me because I guess he can foresee it happening, and if he can foresee it happening, then I believe it will happen.
Good. So obviously, you were relieved when you went to Tampa and you realized that you were actually a competitive 212. You won that one. The Tampa's is a great pro show. It's very competitive. Going to the Olympia, are you still thinking are you apprehensive, thinking, God, am I really going to be competitive here? At what point did you feel like, right, okay, I think I'm in the mix here?
Honestly, it was the moment I felt like that, okay, I'm gonna be in the mix. Yeah, I'm gonna be good. Was when I just got backstage to start to oil up, because as soon as I got back there, it was like 212 is starting to get ready already. So I really didn't have time to kind of get back there and kind of chill. I had to get ready immediately. So.
Oh, of course, because the COVID and everything had to be moved along quickly.
Exactly. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had barely any time to pump up, kind of. So I immediately put my stuff down, took my clothes off, went into where the girls were oiling everybody up. Then they start oiling me up, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I just hit a couple of shots. And when I was just looking at myself, I was like, I'm gonna be in the mix here. I was liking what I was seeing. You know what I mean? So that was when I felt like that. I never felt like there was never any time where I felt, apprehensive, where I felt like I wouldn't be in the mix. Never. I never felt like that. I mean, I guess that's just the, competitiveness in me. I just felt like, look, all this work is not going to be for nothing. We're working hard. We're doing the work. We're going to be competitive in some, shape or form, because I knew I was going to be a different type of look. I mean, you saw crazy pictures from other guys, online and everything like that, but I just knew I was going to be a different look. I knew I was going to bring like a certain shape, and just a certain look that some of the other guys, I don't think they could match me with,
So you felt like you were in the mix even before you'd seen the other guys, just because you literally looked at yourself being tanned up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I've never heard that before. Yeah. Usually it's when they go, yeah. I mean, I've done it, but I've been backstage and I've gone, he's out of condition. He's got no legs. You're like, yeah, I've got him. And then you kind of got your placing in your head before you even walk on stage because you've seen everyone lining up and getting ready backstage. So you did it just by looking at yourself. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. Like I feel like I actually try not to look at other guys too much. I mean, like you can't help it sometimes. Yeah. They're all over the place. So you just you're gonna end up seeing what other guys look like and everything like that. But it's really a mind game because I still remember like those times back in in the classic days where like I would see other guys.
Classic days 2 years ago.
And I would like my mind would want to tell me, oh, yeah, maybe I don't look as good as him, maybe I don't look as good as him, but I kept beating a lot of beating pretty much all of them except for Bumstead and Breon's only two that I never placed ahead of. Yeah. But with this one, I was like, I'm not gonna look at other guys too much. I just looked at myself and I hit those shots. I was like, because I just feel like I always just feel like if I just bring the look that I'm supposed to bring, that I'll be rewarded. I just feel like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I just always feel like that.
So given that you've been a 212 and a Classic, what was your opinions on Chris Bumstead in the Classic and Sean Clarida in the 212? What was your feeling on what they brought?
Well, I definitely believe that Bumstead came in much improved. I mean, I feel like it was clear cut that he was the winner. Yeah. Because the improvements were very noticeable. He looked very confident up there from what I saw. So, has
he been copying your back routine? Because I mean, I've never seen anyone transform a body part in 1 year like that. Jesus.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Yes, maybe who knows? But
he's been reading MD.
He definitely brought his back up for sure. It seemed wider. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so he's definitely whatever he's doing. He keep doing it. Because it's definitely worked for him. And Clarida, he nailed it. 100%. Like I have no argument for him winning that show. He just nailed it. He was, crazy hard. He peaked just right. So he deserved that win for sure.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting him to be as improved as he was, because every single year he's managed to improve, and I was just so impressed with what he brought, because every year we could say, oh, the guy's maxed out, and then I was so impressed. It was just, and even Kamal came back, the defending champion came back at age 49, with just like when he hit that frontal bicep, I was like, wow, I've never seen him looking like this before. He looked tremendous, and then you come out, and it was just like, and Derek Lunsford looked great, and it was, what a lineup, what an absolutely incredible lineup.
Yeah, definitely. All the guys, brought it. So I was just happy to be part of that lineup. And and look, we still, even jumping divisions, we still maintain the top 3 in the world ranking. Yeah. And it's I believe it's a good starting point for this new division. Now it's really time for us to keep putting in the work, and that gold is coming. I can see it. It's coming.
I mean, I think, like you said, I think it's brave to step out of a category into another category, but then to go and get a pro win and then get a top 3. It's like you must feel so relieved that actually it went okay, and that was could it be? I mean, some could think that was a risky decision for some, like swapping categories, and why don't you just stay, you're top 3 in the world, you won the Arnold Classic, just stay where you are. You could just win and win and win with, in that category for years to come. But you stepped over and you proved yourself to be competitive. You brought a different package, and I imagine you must be quite relieved.
Yeah, definitely relieved. Definitely. And that's right there is what I'm talking about. You always have to see the glass for what it is, like that the glass is half full rather than half empty. So even though you're getting ready for a show and you're going for the win, like even though the win didn't come this year, like you said, I mean the fact that we would take that risk, jump divisions, and now into a much harder division, going up against like legit better bodybuilders than you would go up against in classic physique, and still be able to maintain a top 3 in the world spot. I think that's a really good achievement. So I'm happy for what me and Justin has been able to do thus far.
Yeah.
And just decided to keep climbing the ladder.
So obviously now, what is next for you, mate? I was thinking maybe you might want to go to the Arnold Classic and win the 212. Oh, there's no 212. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
there is. I just saw. Oh my God! Sorry.
That's that one thing, I mean, if they do bring the 212 back in the Arnold, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. I would love to do that. Also, like if they have the Athleticon, that's something that I would be interested in doing.
Have they decided the date on that yet?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I haven't heard that they have, so I don't think they have decided a date on that.
Hang on, I'll just text The Rock now.
Yeah.
I'll give him a ring. Hey, Dwayne, when's your show, mate? When's your show?
So I got those 2 options, and of course, the Olympia. But I mean, I guess we'll just see, like as the year goes on and things become more definite, then we can make a decision. But yeah, I mean, either the Arnold or an Athleticon, those will be, as opposed to outside of the Olympia, either Arnold or Athleticon would be 2 choices that I would want to do. I
mean, you're looking beefy, but have you started back training yet?
Yeah, I've started. I've been training, and everything, like not like full on balls to the walls, yet, just getting in there and getting it in good and everything like that. So I'm not just not just sitting at home, kind of just, it's hard to just sit at home and not do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just eat all the time. So yes, I've been getting it in so I could but like I said, like not like full on balls to the wall. I'll probably just be like another couple weeks before I really start turning up the volume and start really turning up the food and everything like that, and then go from there.
Cool. So what's your maximum body weight you want to hit, like really to kind of, so you're not really struggling to get down?
I mean, I want to say probably maybe 250 to 255. Yeah. Because
what? I thought you'd say maximum 240.
No.
And that's 28 pounds to get down to 28. So you go really. Wow. Okay, 250.
I believe I'm gonna pass. I will surpass that.
Shit.
Just easily. Just continue. Consistent. Training and eating. I believe I could be a quality 250 pounds. Solid if it's done the right way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it's time to get big as a mofo.
So do you not maybe fancy, like, through the year maybe just jumping in an open show, or do you just want to stick with 212 for the next foreseeable? Come on.
If it made sense, and I was able to get ready for something like that in between.
Yeah.
Now in the Olympia, and it wouldn't affect the end goal for the Olympia.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't be opposed to doing something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Because I mean, I'm thinking like, say, a 6 week out from the Olympia, George is obviously over 212. I mean, what are you, 220, 225? And the thing is, you're going to be in contest condition, mate.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. If something, I tell you what, if I decide to do anything like that, you're gonna be the first person I tell, Giles.
Yeah, he's totally lying, by the way. You've got to Ron Harris and give him the exclusive. Wow. Okay. Well, obviously, I was gutted I couldn't get to the Olympia last year. The end of obviously a few weeks ago. I was really. But what an Olympia it was as well. What an Olympia. I mean,
it was really good. I mean, it was a lot of like, I would say surprises. I mean, we got Now we got Big Ramy as Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got a new women's physique champ. You know, it's you know, it's just it was an exciting Olympia. It was very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard they were moving it like 5 weeks out, I was just like, oh my God. And then when I saw the live stream, I saw that massive 300-foot wide stage. I just thought, hang on a minute, I wasn't expecting this, that was for sure. I was expecting something less, you know, than what was, because in terms of production and stage, it was better than the year before in Vegas. It was better than the year before in Vegas. And I was thinking, wow, they've not just done it almost as good, they've done it better. And that's with moving it 5 weeks before to bloody Orlando. It was incredible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? And I really enjoyed it in Orlando. Like I'm hoping that they continue to have it in Orlando because I really enjoyed it in Orlando as opposed to Vegas.
Do you think they'll keep it there? What's your feelings?
I mean, I think they may because I don't know. I saw a post online where they were kind of asking that.
Oh right.
I don't know if it was the Olympia page. I think you know it was on Natalia's page actually. You know the women's physique girl Natalia. Yeah. It was on her page, but it looked like I don't know if it was like just her. You know, but you know, it was asked, do you want to keep it in Orlando or go back to Vegas? And I was looking at the comments, and most of the people were saying, go back. I mean, keep it in Orlando. So, and I agree. I mean, go ahead.
So, as a competitor, which would you prefer this year? If it was decision was down to you, and they said, George, what do you think? As a competitor, would you prefer it in Orlando or do you prefer it in Las Vegas? What would you say?
I would say Orlando 100%.
Oh wow! Okay. Well, it's closer for you as well, isn't it? From New York, it's only a car ride.
Closer, yeah. I mean, as far as like plane. yeah. Like just a 2.5 hour plane ride, you know, rather than the longer plane ride to Vegas. I mean, I feel like it's legitimately more things to do in Orlando too. Like once the show is finished, you know, a lot of the competitors, Disney, you know, you got Universal, you got SeaWorld. I mean, in Vegas, I mean, besides gambling, what else is there really to do? You know what I mean? Like, well,
I've heard there's strip clubs. I've heard. I've not been to any, of course.
All right, well, now I changed my mind. Let's bring
it No, I was actually... Well, thing is, like, strip clubs or Star Wars land. I mean, come on, Star Wars every time in Orlando.
Yeah. I mean, all day, every day.
Millennium Falcon or some dirty, sweaty strip club. I mean, what would you prefer? I mean, get the Millennium Falcon any day. So, okay, then what else? I was going to ask you something else. Oh, how's it going Redcon as well? And what else? Because I noticed you've been doing plenty of articles on MD. You've been doing tons of YouTube stuff. I mean, that New England muscle media guy, you know, your guy, I mean, he does really good work, mate. Stick with him. He's really good. And so what else you got planned for the year?
For the year, I mean, you know, just working. I mean, things with Redcon are going really, really good. You know, we come out with new products all the time. You know, we have these new MRE ready to drink. I don't know if you've seen them. Mm-hmm. They I don't have any on me right. Actually,
I see a Quaker Oats. He's gone. There we are. Let's have a look. Look at that big picture in the background. That's cool, isn't it? A bit of self-worship there. Is that a ninja sword? Sorry, I'm just having a look around your house.
Oh yeah, I know. I know you see my little shrine over there.
Your little shrine to yourself. You put candles and put some some well music.
I'm gonna make it really weird. I'm gonna make it really weird and put some candles up there too. You know, some people walk in.
Why not, mate? Why not? Why not? You've got 4 bronze medals there. You know, it's that's you know that people need to pay homage to that.
These are the ready to drink MREs.
Okay, nice. 40 grams. Yeah, so 40 grams of protein.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
And it's low in carbohydrates as well. Mm-hmm. So you know, these are really good. These are the newest products that we've come out with thus far, and you know, everybody loves them. Mm-hmm. You know, so we just coming out with new things all the time. You know, I've been I'm putting in a lot of work with my online coaching that I've been doing lately.
Good.
That's been going very well. I have you know, a lot of clients that are, you know, working and making changes to their physiques every day. A lot of lifestyle people. I get a few people, you know, who are interested in competing as well. But most of my clientele is you know, lifestyle people.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of a little bit more fulfilling, because it's like, you know, when you're, you know, because like you're helping them actually change their life in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, improve
they
it.
feel more confident.
Yeah.
So,
Thing is, mate, if you're helping these kinds of people, you're probably going to be giving them healthier habits and a healthier lifestyle, which of course, you know, it's only good things.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. You know, and then throughout the year, you know, like with the, you know, off season and everything like that, I'll probably end up, you know, I'm sure a number of times I'll be flying out to you know, Boca to hook up with Redcon and
Nice.
And you know, film with them, do some, you know, content stuff with them.
Good.
What else we got going on here? There was something else. Well, I have a new partnership that I recently signed up with, and I'm not sure if I probably shouldn't say it yet because I haven't officially announced it.
Yeah, don't say until it's signed, mate. Don't jinx it.
I'm gonna keep that under wraps for now until I actually make the official post.
Yes.
But they got that going on, and yeah, and that's pretty. Oh, and I was reached out already about a, you know, potential guest posing early in the year. So
Nice.
you know, things are coming along. You know.
Cool. And also, Carly wants to know if you're going to post to any more 80s films themes, because he noticed you post to RoboCop in Tampa.
RoboCop.
Yeah. Classics. One of my favorite, all-time favorite films. That is.
Of course. I mean, when I it's so funny. Like I was like wondering, what song am I gonna post to for?
What about Goonies, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future? Come on, some 80s films. What else we got?
Yeah, I mean, Back to the Future is a good one. I mean, that's something that a nice ring to it, because it's like when I hear something, I kind of almost know immediately. Yeah, I can post to this. And I don't know why when I was searching for songs to possibly post to for Tampa, for some reason, like I was like, I want something dramatic. I don't know what direction I want to go. And for some reason, RoboCop just came in my head. I was like, let me listen to this RoboCop thing.
Brilliant track, brilliant. There's a track from the second film that I used to have the picture disc of, and that's a really good track. You have to, I'll find it. I'll try and Google it and I'll send it to you. But that's a really good track. That was I had the RoboCop picture disc from the RoboCop 2. That was.
Okay.
So it's like a rock thing, but it's a good. That'd be a good track to post to.
But to answer Kaleem's question, yes. I mean, you can rest assured I'll be posting some more 80s movie themes in the future. Sure.
Nice. There you go. He's happy now. He's happy now. Right. Okay, then, mate. Great to catch up as always. And like I said, well done, mate, on another big step forward. Like you said, you've stepped up to. Is it arguably a more competitive, more? I think it's better suited for you. For your, you know, because that is a proper bodybuilding class, and that's something that, you know, because you bring the muscle, you bring the condition, you bring the freaky body parts, you know, so maybe that was the class you were really destined to kind of step up to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but I also believe that, you know, the years in classic physique groomed me for this moment. You know what I mean? Like if I would have tried to go immediately to 212 when I came back into the sport in 2016, like, you know, 2017. I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have been competitive as 212 at that point. So the years I spent in classic gave me the time to, you know, prep my body, put on enough muscle, where now is the right time for us to make this jump. You know, and we're still just getting started. You know, we're still just getting started. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see what. Like I said, I really wanted you, because at the Olympia I was like, please just let him make top. Before the show, I was like, please let him make top 5, because I didn't want you to jump classes and go from 3rd to like 8th in the 212 at the Olympia. It would have been really disappointing. So to see you looking really good, and I think the extra muscle suited you as well. You could see that you were a lot bigger, and you could see that this was a class that you were supposed to be in. I was really, really happy when you got 3rd. I was like, yes, he got 3rd, you know, because it was difficult, because I was kind of rooting for you. I'm rooting for Kamal, who I've been friends with for 20 years. I'm rooting for Sean. I'm rooting for Derek. It's like it was a real... But it was a hell of a category, mate. I mean, to place 3rd in that was just a huge achievement, mate.
I appreciate that, Giles. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support that you show me. It's always appreciated, man. But and we're gonna keep working and trust me, you're gonna see super duper much improved George Peterson for the 2000.
Yeah, a RoboCopped up version. That's what we are.
A RoboCopped up version. That's right.
All right, then, mate. Right, okay, good to catch up, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.
All right, talk to you soon, Giles.
Okay, thank you, George.
Bye,
bye, mate.
Bye,
bye, bye. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we are joined all the way from Canada, two-time Classic Olympia champion, Chris Bumstead. Yay! Chris, that's it, mate. You got to clap. Come on, you got to get your big yay for Chris. What's that, mate?
I said that's more excitement than I've had in a long time.
Oh, shit, mate. Mate, first of all, you're a hard man to track down, so thank you to Ian Valier for helping hook us up, mate.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it got a little hectic after the Olympia, but Ian's always number one to kind of hone me in and get me where I need to be.
Yeah. And also, in honor of you, I've got my little Chris here.
Oh, there you go, the little figurine.
Yeah, because you're in the same episode with William Bonac, so he's right next to you.
Oh, perfect.
And for some reason, he's taller than you.
Not quite to scale, but
yeah. No, because you're about 6'1", aren't you? Because I'm 6 foot, and I remember we met at the 2019 Olympia after the weigh-in, and then I remember looking up to you and thinking, oh, he's quite tall.
Yeah, I'm like just over 6'1".
Okay then, mate. Well, mate, first of all, how can I put this? Before last year's Olympia, I was a fan. I thought you were great, but like what you brought to the Olympia last year, end of 2020, mate, I can't even get my head around it. I can't understand how you came in so improved while still being under the classic limit. So I don't even know how to start, mate, honestly.
I mean, I feel like you have a similar feeling that I have towards how this year went, because in 2019, I was happy with how things went. Obviously, I won. Yeah. But, like, I was good. It was like, yeah, and I knew that I was proud of it, but I knew it wasn't quite where I felt I should have been. It wasn't my full potential. And then, because I had a few complications and a rough year and some injuries and stuff, and then the year after, coming to 2020, I finally had a good year and everything. And when I look back on the stage photos, when I saw the final package, I was like, holy shit, I was happy last year, but this is finally heading in the direction where I know like I'm meant to go. So I was really happy after this year.
So, I mean, I know obviously you posted that raidable bicep from 2019 to 2020. And I reposted it on Global Muscle. And I reposted it on MD's Instagram. And I said, guys, this doesn't even look like someone that's 5 years apart. It doesn't even look like the same person. It doesn't, I mean, that's 1 year apart, and that's you from 1 year to the next. It doesn't, I can't, it's honestly, mate, it was a shock.
When I came off on prejudging, I remember, because like I'm pretty hard on myself, and I knew I'd made some improvements in my back, but I was like, you never really know what it's going to look like on stage until you're on stage. So I was like, well, like just like waiting, got off stage at prejudging, and I remember seeing the first picture of my own back, and I remember like, holy shit, is that me? I was like, that's not my back. Who is this person? I was honestly caught off guard by it. Yeah. So it was definitely felt really good to have something where like I've nagged on myself to like body part. People have very openly been like, Breon's back's way better than yours. Breon says his back's way better than mine. And it's still, his back is still a strong point. Mine's not my strong point, but to have it come up that much, it felt really good this year. Yeah,
because after the 2019 Olympia, I was sat in the press row, and as the classic guys went off stage, Ian Valier came to the front, and he was talking to myself and Ron Harris. And I said, guys, what's happened to his back? I said, his back's really lacking. And then Ian told me about the whole kidney issue. He was saying you couldn't fill him out properly. It came off when he was something about the muscle, the atrophying or something when they were in the last stages of the diet. You know, what happened there with that kidney issue? Tell us a bit more.
Well, it's an autoimmune disease I have that can kind of flare up from like high stress, and it can do different things to my body. Sometimes it can stop my weight from dropping. It can make me hold on to water. And that's kind of what was happening in 2019. My weight wasn't budging. And while that doesn't really matter if I'm still getting leaner, but I still had to make a weight cutoff for Classic. So we had to push really hard to diet. I was doing like an hour and a half of cardio a day and eating like 1,400 calories and like pushing that for like 5 weeks or something, like a long time. Whoa. And it ended up just being like, I was just this flat, depleted person for like a month and a half, and everything just started falling off me. And like any kind of progress I'd made from the year before, you like, if it's new muscle especially, it's going to be the first thing to go. Yeah. And when you're at that big of a depletion for that long, you're going to lose a little bit of muscle mass and you're not going to be able to fill out on stage. And that's kind of what happened in 2019. And then this year in 2020, my body was a lot healthier. I was a lot smarter with everything, and I had a much more productive off season. So the combination of all that stuff is what makes it look like you said, like a 5-year difference as opposed to one. And it wasn't just like I was training hard last year and I trained harder this year. It was like my body was healthier. I didn't have to diet as hard. I was fuller on stage. Everything was like, it was like a compound effect of many things adding up.
I mean, I'm sure Ian told us, because he was on last week's episode, I'm sure he said that there was only like, there was 4 pounds difference or something. But I mean, so in 2019, you what's your cutoff for your height? Is it 185 centimeters or something you are?
Yeah, so for over, I've always been on the edge of 6'1", under, over. I'm not really sure. Last year I heighted in over 6'1", but I thought I was under. Oh, so wow. I came in 230 pounds last year. And in this year, I still didn't really believe they would give me that height again. So we still brought down to under 230, but they heighted me 1.5 again. So I've been trying to hit the 230 weight cutoff, but this year I've determined that it's actually 240 pounds.
Wow, so you can be 240 pounds at your height.
So I technically can put on 10 pounds and still make my weight, yeah.
Wow, because I did Classic in 2013, and I was measured at 6'1", and I think the maximum I could be was, I'm sure it was 85 or 80, no, it's 80, something like 85 kilos. So I mean, obviously the Classic pros, they can come in quite heavy then.
For sure, yeah. They've upped the weight limit by 5 pounds twice, so a total of 10, and then I think pros get another extra 10 pounds as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
So obviously in 2020, I mean, it looks like quite a significant weight difference. But thing is, like in 2019, your front lat spread, your frontal bicep, they're all great shots. But now, I think it was when you came out by yourself, and I was watching that. I was literally sat here watching the live stream at like 3 a.m. And when you came out and you hit that frontal bicep, I couldn't believe the difference I think the biggest difference for me was your two previously weak areas was your back and your arms. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought your arms were genetically not able to get. It doesn't even make sense what I'm saying, but I didn't think it was even capable that you could actually get your arms looking so good like you did in 2020. How did you rectify that from 2019 to 2020?
I mean, it was a combination of like the compound effect, like I said, everything kind of playing out much better this year. But it's also, I've always been like my own hardest critic. People who follow me on Instagram know I make fun of myself before anyone else does. I'll post a picture of my back and I'll be like, my back's a piece of shit. And I'm not unaware of that. So I spent the full year really just focusing on training back and biceps harder than everything else. I created my program so to push it around that. I was eating more food on those days, and I just push it as hard as I can. And being a kind of younger bodybuilder myself, when I have lagging body parts, I almost found that it's like those body parts are like missing the muscle maturity because they're just harder everyone has something more difficult to grow. And for me, if it being my back, it started to grow, but because I was still just 24 and putting on a little muscle on my back, 24. It would kind of fade when and this year kind of just it's stuck.
Sorry, I sort of freaks me out when I hear your age. I think sometimes you're so good right now. It's like I think we forget that you're like a 2-time Olympia champion and you're like 24 years old.
25 now. But
you're old guy. Oh, sorry. I take it back. Wow. So, I mean, like I said, I spoke to Ian last week, and because obviously he's your prep coach, and he, like, I was looking at the photos in the lead up, or whatever you were releasing in the lead up to the Olympia, and it wasn't till I can't remember what point it was, but you were kind of looking good, and then all of a sudden you started growing into the show.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of those things with an illusion where especially in classic physique, where people are known for having the small waist and the more aesthetics. I look smaller when I'm in my off season because my waist is a little more blown out, and it's not like the drastic illusions of like small waist, big quads, and everything.
Yeah.
So the second I start to get lean, it looks like I put on 10 pounds, even though it's because I dropped 10 pounds of body fat.
Yeah.
So I always have like a point in prep where I'm like looking at myself, I'm like, oh, I just don't look good. I just don't look good. And then 1 week I'm like, holy fuck, I just changed so much. And that's probably around the time you noticed. And it's really all about the kind of. Yeah.
So are you someone that your body weight it doesn't really change in the off season, but your composition changes?
Pretty exactly, yeah. So I don't really want to put on a crazy amount of weight. Obviously, my physique did what its job this year, so it's just kind of fine tuning it. So the goals this year are that not to be heavier than last off season. I want to be the same weight, but a little bit of a leaner body composition. And it was the same goal on stage. I wasn't too far off my actual stage weight, but the goal was to come in like leaner, harder, drier, and bigger, but like same weight, and just kind of perfecting that zone.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I think there's a difference between. I think we're starting to learn the difference between being a classic bodybuilder and being a bodybuilder. Because like I see some of the lower ranked kind of classic guys, and you've seen off season. We just did one on the shout outs, and this guy looked like kind of off-season. He looks huge, but you know he's going to have to come down to classic. But it seems now that the guys like yourself, the really, really good guys, Terence Ruffin, they don't really change that much size-wise in the off-season. You're not coming down from, like if you're a bodybuilder, I know you turned pro as a bodybuilder, but you're not coming down from 280 to get to 230. You're kind of hovering around that weight, aren't you?
Yeah, so for myself, at least, I slowly creep up to 260 in the off-season.
Oh, okay.
And that's normally the highest I go, and I'll be like 257 to 260 in my off seasons at most. But you're right, there's literally no point in being over 30, 25 pounds over your stage weight because you're just gonna have to lose it. And I think that's where a lot of classic guys have trouble, where some of them will, like I know Breon, everyone was saying he thought he was gonna win. He was kind of a favorite coming in because at 7 weeks out he looked like he was show ready. But at 7 weeks out and show ready, he was like 15 pounds over his weight limit and had to just suck down an extra 50 pounds. And your physique is going to start to kind of look flat, and you don't know where it's going to come off and what's going to happen. It's obviously not as optimal as just coming down to your more natural weight and hitting in that. So it's definitely, I find it a deficit if you put on too much muscle to the point where you have to take it off and prep.
And you don't want to come down. I mean, I know that you had your autoimmune thing going on in 2019, so you don't want to be crashing down and dieting on 1,400 calories, hours of cardio. I mean, that couldn't have been fun prepping like that.
No, yeah, that was. I mean, 2018 and 2019 were both equally hard, and they were about the same, but definitely it's not optimal. And it showed you the drastic difference this year from 1 year change. The main difference was how healthy my body was responding and not having to push as hard to get through like limitations like that.
Yeah, I mean, going back to how your progress pictures as your whatever you were releasing on your Instagram, it looked to me like you'd done like a Kevin Navrone, like you'd come down from like I'm surprised to hear that you went from 260 270 down. I thought you would one of the guys that like kind of came up. So it's interesting to hear that you've actually come slightly down.
Oh yeah, no, people think I look bigger when I'm prepping, but I'm still 30 pounds heavier in my off season.
Oh, shit.
It's just that illusion of how much bigger the muscles look when they have smaller joints or smaller weights around it.
Yeah. So the autoimmune thing now, you said that stress can bring that on. Is that all under control now?
I mean, stress is something you can never really say the 100% under control, but it's something where I had to take a bigger step forward in my like mental game this year over anything, controlling my thoughts and my fears of my health and kind of not letting myself get in my own head and just like be more confident in my own health and just like letting that fear get out of me and just living and being in my prep only and kind of being present. And that was kind of like a mental struggle, a battle I had to overcome. Because 2018 I got really sick. 2019 I was just afraid of getting sick, so I was stressed out my whole prep, thinking it would happen again. And then 2020 I kind of had to decide either you're going to stop doing this shit because stressing yourself out is going to make you sick, or you got to get over it and just prep and enjoy it because there's no sense in living in fear. And it wasn't that easy. It was a process, but the big change that I had to do was like a big mental battle over the year. So
at what point did you feel like, okay, I really realize how how improved you're gonna be? Because I mean, you can look great at 4 weeks out, and then the final 4 weeks, especially if you're trying to make a weight, you know you can lose a lot of those gains. So at what point did you think, shit, I'm gonna bring a totally different package here this year?
Probably 2 weeks out ish mark or something. Because
Wow.
I think I knew on the back of my mind the whole time that it was just different this year. It felt different. I felt better. I was more confident. But I don't want to let myself ever believe that, because I don't want to like be like, oh, you're doing so good, you can like let off the gas. I got to be like, no, you might still be behind. You got to work harder. You got to work harder. So it kind of like, I don't even want to let myself believe that. But by like the 2 week out point, when I was starting to get really lean, taking my progress pictures, I was like, okay, this is miles ahead of the year before.
Well, I think also maybe was strength in the gym a bit of a gauge, because if you were on, like I said, that many calories and you were feeling like crap in 2019, you know that you're going to be, I mean, I can't imagine how weak you were in the gym compared to how maybe you normally would be in the off season. So was the difference in strength a bit of a gauge for you as well?
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely one thing. And this is the first year I've trained with a training partner. And
Really?
having a training partner, like every day I trained with him. And every day we push these past failure and all this shit. And as the prep kept going and going and going, he competes himself. He's like, I don't know how the fuck you are getting leaner, dropping weight, eating less, but your strength hasn't changed since day one of prep. Your strength is literally the same. And we dropped the volume a little bit, but I kept the same weights for almost to the very end of prep. And that was, again, just like, sometimes you just naturally are like, oh, I'm tired today, I'm going to drop the weight. That was just me being like, no, don't be a pussy. Just put the weight on and do it.
Yeah.
And knowing that my strength was like that, I was like, okay, like there's no way that I'm pushing more weight and I don't have more muscle.
It must have done so much for your self-confidence knowing that your body was playing ball this year, and you like you said, you had more kind of control over your mind this year. It must have been so much more of a joy than it was the year before, even though you won.
For sure, yeah. And it was kind of like a give and take back and forth. Like, because I had more confidence going in, my body responded. And because my body responded, it built more confidence. And it just kind of like laddered its way up and kind of skyrocketed through.
So where the mind goes, the body follows.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of a powerful tool.
Yeah. But I mean, I was because in 2019, your frontal bicep was great. Your front lat spread was, I was there watching, but there were certain poses like the back shots that, you had a few weak poses. And I was watching the live stream, and I was watching it with Lauren, who you just saw. And I said, and you turned around, and you came up by yourself, and it was like a kind of holy shit moment. And I was just like, he doesn't have a weak pose anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that was literally the goal, because all the judges judge differently, I believe, but I always found like there's 5 points. If you need a perfect score, you can't drastically lose in any pose. So if you have like a really weak pose, then you're not going to get a perfect 5 score on the scorecard from the judges, because they're like, well, he got destroyed here, but he beat on everything else, so he can still win, but not perfect. And so when I like had that mindset and I won last year, I was like, okay, next goal, I need a perfect score on that scorecard next year. I want a 5 from the judges. What do I need to do? I need my back double bicep to fucking be twice as good as it was the year before. So that was the goal pretty much throughout the year to build.
I mean, it was just like there was more upper back, there was more going on your. I mean, you didn't even have lower lats the year before, and you'd actually built like big chunky lower lats. I mean, really thick,
A big part of that was posing too. I
Really?
switched up with posing, and maybe that was because I had I had more muscle mass. I could feel it better, and I had better like a mind-muscle connection.
Okay.
Because I switched up the way I hit the pose a little bit. I used to drive my elbows really far backwards, and I bring my elbows forward now, and that prevents my lower lats from like coming into my back, and it lets them hang out still.
Really?
So that was, again, kind of an illusion, and part of the reason why my weight wasn't much different, but it looked so drastically different, just kind of how I hit it.
And the thing is, if you're, I mean, being stood in between Terence Ruffin and Breon, I mean, if there's one pose you want to be good, it's that rear double bicep, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. Like Breon's known. It's funny because me and Breon is kind of rivals in the last few years, going back and forth. His strong points are pretty evidently his back and his biceps, and my weak points are very evidently my back and my bicep. So it was a cool little like combo that we had, and it was good motivation to have someone like that who's. I knew I had to bring up my weak points because they were his strong ones.
So at what point did you, because I mean, I'm a big Terence Ruffin fan. I think him and you, really embody, I've actually written about it in my column next month, but it's not out yet. But I said, Bumstead and Terence. I said I said Classic is in good hands having those two as the kind of poster boys. You know, it's good. It's I think the thing with that's another question. Were you surprised when Brian got third?
I was surprised, to be honest, and partly because like this was the first year on stage where I almost walked out there and I didn't feel like I was competing against Brian this year, whereas I normally do. I didn't even like think of the other competitors. I was very much like in my own world. And after like prejudging, I didn't even know who was beside me, who were they moving around. So like if you'd asked me who's come second or who's I'm in battling, I was probably Brian, but I didn't really know because I didn't pay attention or even to who was beside me. So we were up there and we were waiting to call the names, and I wasn't even thinking of anyone else. I was like, all right, let's just wait for my name. And then when they just called Brian's name and I saw Terence still standing there, I was like, definitely caught off guard. I was like, oh shit. And Terence, I mean, Brian and Terence are both awesome. I'm a little closer with Terence as a friend. So when I saw him down there and I saw the beaming smile on him, he was shocked himself. He was like so happy. And I couldn't have been more happy for Terence. He's such an amazing guy. And like you said, like the way he embodies Classic in his posing is something that I think needs to be at the top of the division. His posing is too good to not be the top of the cream of the crop of Classic physique. So seeing him up there, I remember I like gave him a hug and I was like, fuck yeah, man, like this is where you belong. Like let's battle this out. And it was a really cool moment.
Yeah, I mean, I love Terence shape. I love the way he proposes. I mean, the Survivor routine he did. I was so happy to see him go from 9th to second. I mean, it was such a big jump up, and because he's another young guy like yourself, you know. Yeah,
I think we're almost the same age. We might be exactly the same age, but he was like coming in. He was like almost like a what's the word? People's champ, like crowd favorite. Everyone loved him. People were like, Terence got to move up this year. He's got to be taking the place from George, who's out of here now, and all this stuff. So I was definitely happy to see him up there.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him, I think it was 2017, when he came out by himself, he looked amazing. But back a few years ago, he kind of lacked a bit of size. When you guys all came out, you know, I was like, you, Brian, I was like, oh, he looks a bit small. Then he came back last year at the Arnold Classic, and he came out so much bigger and thicker. And I said, this guy's going to be a factor at the Olympia.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was exactly that. Because he's a shorter guy, when he wasn't quite had his frame filled out, he wasn't able to kind of keep up with taller guys like me on stage. But he proved that height doesn't really matter, and you pose your ass off and you train your ass off and you're right up there.
Yeah. So what would let's just talk about the Olympia. What do you think of the new venue? I mean, obviously it was the new venue because obviously originally it was going to be at Planet Hollywood, and then they moved it again. What was that like compared to Vegas?
It's hard to say. Like, I wasn't really in the crowd much, obviously. I poked my head around the side, and I thought the stage looked amazing, and the monitors were bigger, I feel like, than the year before, and the stage was almost like bigger. It was bigger than the year before. Yeah. So I think it's pretty crazy and impressive that they got that together in a matter of weeks. And in terms of like just location, I personally almost like Orlando better. Because when you're on the Las Vegas Strip and you need to go get groceries or you need to go get your tan, you get in your car, drive anywhere, it's hectic. The roads are crazy down there. There's like the Strip's always busy. When you're in Orlando, you can like get a house instead of a hotel. You can drive to the grocery store easier. So it just seemed a little more relaxed leading up to the show. But really, I'm not picky about the venue or where I'm competing. As long as I have a stage to get on, I'm happy.
Well, I know Brandon Curry took a visit to Disneyland afterwards. Did you go to Star Wars Land after the Olympia? Tell me.
I did not.
What?
Sadly, no.
Oh,
we did go to Mexico, though. That was our trip.
Oh, you went to Mexico?
Yeah, we went to Mexico right after.
What was that like?
It was good. It was really nice. It was relaxing. We had all-you-can-eat food, chips and guac that were unlimited. Just enjoyed food by the pool and some margaritas and had a good time. Oh, no, yeah,
I remember seeing the picture of you walking and you said, I'm going to... Well, I forget the caption. It was hilarious. It's like I'm going to get
margarita bar straight to the taco. Yeah. Food over drinks always.
Yeah. So are you old enough to drink?
In last year, only for the last 6 months, I've been able to drink.
Oh my god! I can't imagine you being asked for ID. That's crazy. Like 2-time Olympia champion, he's getting asked for ID. Oh wow! So what's it been like since you come back? Then is it just life is normal now, or?
I mean, it's hard to call life normal right now. When we come back to Canada, we had the 2-week quarantine. So I obviously didn't really train in Mexico, and then I went to my girlfriend's place, and my body felt beat up, so I took some rest, and then we came back, and I had to be in a 2-week quarantine, just mandatory for international travelers. So I couldn't leave my house for 2 weeks, and I just got out of that 4 or 5 days ago, and our city's on lockdown right now, so it's kind of like very slow come back to things, but it's almost good because it lets you just kind of decompress and just like chill out for a little bit. So it's just been slow, really.
Yeah, I saw that picture of you in the bathroom. It said 4 weeks of no training. I thought, oh, I hate this guy. He looks amazing, and he had trained for 4 weeks, and he still looks that good.
I mean, that's something else. Training for years to look like he did the Olympia, and then taking 4 weeks off. So it's like slowly just chipping away at that.
Are you sure that's not an old picture you've reposted? Come on, tell me.
No, that was not.
Oh God, yeah, okay. Because we're on a bit of not a bit. We're in a complete lockdown in the UK at the moment, so we're stressing about no gyms at the moment. That's just causing concern.
Yeah, we're in the same boat here in Canada. So
really?
Yeah.
So it's obviously So when did that come back into play? That the whole full lockdown thing, or?
I think it came back right after Christmas. I think they kind of like Christmas happened, and then we had another spike or something, or they were scared we would, so they just put us back in lockdown, and just grocery stores and stuff are open now.
Yeah. So what about the gym then? How are you going to get to train?
Well, Ian's got a little basement gym that we can kind of get done what we need to in, so we do what we can there, which is quite a good amount. And right now, luckily, it's like I'm giving my body a break still. I'm just kind of trying to move. I'm not trying to grow. Like, it's not truly my off season yet. So I'm just kind of hoping that the gym's open up by the time I really want to start pushing.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously you obviously won. Were you happy for Ian getting 7th?
I was extremely happy for him, and it was really cool being this year, having my body responding so well and doing so good, and him, I know he's kind of struggled to like peak properly and bring his best physique, because I always see him coming up and he looks so good, and then he's a little disappointed with how he looks at a fair amount of pro shows. And for us to both come into the Olympia this year and look our absolute best and both feel our best and just be like confident on stage, it was just good to have that energy back and forth. You know, if you're feeling really good and someone else doesn't, it's kind of like, but we were both like on a high. Yeah. He looked fucking amazing. Every check he did, he was like fired up. He was looking better and better. I was looking better and better. So we had that like back and forth energy, and it made it a lot of fun.
We get into competition, sending each other new check-in pictures and say, I'm looking better than you. No, I'm looking better than you, Ian. Oh, you're frozen there. Oh, he's frozen. Oh, you're back. Hey? You're back. Sorry, your screen froze there. I thought you were just staring at me.
Sorry, yeah, no, we were in the same Airbnb, so we were standing in front of the same mirror. We didn't have to send any pictures.
Thing is, I mean, because Ian's someone that really, it's almost like placings aren't relevant to him. It's more about how he performs as an athlete and what he actually brings to the stage. You know, because like, I put in my column actually. I said for me he's the tier 2 Mr. Olympia, because you got the top 6 guys, the top tier 1 guys, and then you've got the kind of the Hunter Labradas, the next level guys that are all fighting for supremacy in that level. And for me, Ian, by bringing because I said, he was 14th at 2018 Olympian, he's really struggled to even duplicate that look since. So for him to come back with a look that was even better, 10 pounds heavier than in 2018, he was like mid 250s, and get 7th place. I mean, it must have been like winning, or as good as winning, I think personally.
No, I do genuinely feel like when we both kind of finished that weekend, we were both equally as on a high of me winning and him coming 7th. Because like you said, he's always been someone he's his own worst critic. So he could have came 15th place but looked like that and been just as happy, because he just wants to show up at his best and like fulfill the potential that he knows he has. And he felt like he did that. He clearly did, and he made a pretty damn good placing coming up to 7th place. So he was really happy. It's
absolutely incredible. I think he looked better there than he did when he won the New York Pro?
Yeah, I think this was his best look for sure.
Do you ever train together, you two?
We do sometimes. We have kind of a different vibe of training. We train the same training style, but he's got more like aggressive training partner he trains with, and I have a more like a training partner who's aggressive in a different way. He doesn't call me pussy. He'll just be like, "Are you done?" And I'll be like, "No." do more. So we trained together. Through the summer, we trained a lot together. And then through prep, we kind of each had different training partners.
Yeah. So Ian's a bit more aggressive in the gym, and he's more like headbutting the wall and, screaming and shouting.
Well, more like, I don't know, just a little different vibe to it. But right now we've been training together in the basement, and that's been good.
Fantastic.
It's perfect right now because when you're in a basement, like if you're not in the right mindset and you're alone and you're in a house, it's not a gym vibe. You just don't feel like you want to train.
Yeah.
And we were the other day, and I was like, oh, like I'm just gonna do 4 plates. Then he did 5, and I was like, maybe I'll try it for 1 rep, just to see. And he's like, you can do 6. And then I ended up doing 10, and I wouldn't have done that on my own.
Wow.
So that's when it's have like someone with you pushing, and we've been having decent workouts down there.
Wow, fantastic. And also, I'm hoping we'll see Melissa back on stage this year.
I mean, she said it out loud, so I guess I can say it. But yeah, she's playing stage. I was like, I don't want to ruin this if she hasn't, but she said it, and yeah, she'll be. I believe she's getting back there.
Oh, fantastic! So I want to see all 3 of you at the Olympia in 2021.
You will. We'll all be there. Yeah.
Oh, so now we still don't know what's happening with the Arnold Classic. The Arnold Classic might be put back to September. Athleticon potentially October, and the Olympia, it's looking likely that'll be December. Do you have any thoughts to maybe doing more than just the Olympia this year?
I considered doing Athleticon when it was going to happen this year, right after the Olympia, but I don't think that's really in my cards right now, because for me, my only goal is racking up Olympia titles. I want to get as many as I can get, and I kind of want to leave as the best classic physique Olympian ever, and that's my only goal. So I don't really want to sacrifice peaking for another show and not being ready for the Olympia or just anything. I just want to have every bit of time I need for improvement and then look my best in the Olympia and then back to work for the next year.
So let's just say that you could be the classic Mr. Olympia version of Lee Haney, because he won 8 Olympias and he was retired at age 31.
That's pretty much my goal.
Oh, I got it. So you're like a Canadian version of a classic version of Lee Haney.
Yeah, I don't have a number in my head, but I want to leave and for forever after, when people are talking about classic physique, they're comparing to my physique because it was at the beginning and kind of what set the standard, and I had that my good run of titles, and I want to really kind of leave a legacy on the sport. That's the goal.
I think you're already doing it, mate. You're already doing it. I mean,
work still got to do.
I mean, 2019. I'll be honest. I thought Breon had you at 2019. I thought it was. I thought that was a very close. But I mean, you've really widened the gap now. I mean, Terence looked great. Breon looked great. But I mean, it was like when Sean Clarida came out. It was really like a holy shit moment. I was like, Ramy. It's ironically the 3 champions, Big Ramy, yourself, and Sean Clarida. You brought such incredible packages. I think that the 3 of you could really be winning for years to come, mate. I really do.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's the goal. It's what we're all working for. So
yeah, and also I was very happy to see the moustache. It looks cool.
Oh yeah, mustache had to make it back.
Do you remember at the was it the 2019 Olympian? You just weighed in, and I was talking to you, and I said, "Oh, the moustache is cool," and you said, "Oh, I've just been advised to shave it off." And because I won't say the person that advised you, because I was filming up the corridor, and he said, "Giles, can you stop filming, please?" Because I think he was telling you to shave it off. The judges won't like it.
I think that was 2018.
Oh, 2018, yeah.
Because in 2018 I showed up with the mustache, and that was the year I didn't look good, and I wasn't feeling good. That was the year I kind of got sick during my prep, and I wasn't confident at all. And I had the mustache, and someone kind of I don't know if you should wear that, and I was like, shit, you're right, and I got rid of it. And then the next year, I still wasn't fully feeling great, but I was a lot more confident in 2019.
Yeah.
I had the mustache, and I was like, I don't care what anyone says, I'm keeping it.
Nice one.
That representation of I'm confident in my physique, I'm confident in my mustache, let's just do what I want. And that kind of worked out.
That's a quote I'm going to remember. I'm confident in my mustache. I like that. That's got to be a caption for your Instagram tomorrow, mate.
Perfect.
Wow. So, what about the actual Mr. Olympia? Did you catch some of that? Obviously, I'm guessing you saw Ian on stage. What do you think about the rest of the Ramy and Brandon, Phil coming back? What was your feelings on that?
I mean, I thought it was really interesting. It was exciting. Obviously, Ramy's always been kind of a people favorite, and he had never really showed up at his best. I always found, and obviously everyone saw. So seeing him come this year and looking as good as he did and taking home the win, and knowing Ramy is such like just a kind, humble, like sweethearted, gentle giant, to say the least. It was really cool to see that, and I spoke to him a bit after, and he was just so happy and so grateful for it that you can't help but be happy for someone who just has so much pleasure from that. So that was definitely really cool to see. And I didn't get to see a lot of it, sadly. I was more just kind of thinking about Ian getting on there, and I was backstage at the time that they were on stage, so I didn't really get to watch it. But I thought it was definitely interesting. Obviously, we were all kind of hoping Phil would shock us a little more than he did, but it's hard when you take 2 years off and kind of come back for one show. It's different, sometimes you need that one show and then another show a few weeks after, and I think he would have looked a lot different maybe if he did another show 3 weeks after and kind of like, okay, the stress of that's out of the way, let's come back in this. It didn't look like the Phil Heath we all know, obviously. So that was that, but he still had a great mindset about it. I talked to him backstage, and he kind of was like, it is what it is. I'll get back to work and do what I got to do. And so overall it was cool. But I was really focused on myself and the whole weekend.
Yeah, of course. What I like to see, because I think people sometimes, maybe many people won't realize, is that you turned pro as a super heavyweight bodybuilder, wasn't it? The Canadian Nationals.
Oh, the heavyweight.
Oh, heavyweight. You're a heavyweight.
That heavyweight at North Americans.
Oh, the North Americans. Okay. So I get the impression, and obviously with the connection to Ian, you're very much a fan of open bodybuilding as much as classic.
I definitely am, yeah. Because I've always found people were like, oh, what's the difference? This and that. I was like, there isn't, and I think that's part of the reason I'm young and I have like a big, powerful, like muscular, like maturity or whatever that is because I still train like an open guy. I'm as strong as possible. Like I'm pretty strong for my weight and everything like that. And I love that kind of training size of it. And I have a lot of respect for just like the sheer size that they bring to the stage. There's something about sitting in the front row and seeing the Mr. Olympias compete, and sadly I didn't get to sit down on the stage this year. They were all kind of cut off from COVID. They were making sure you're in your right seats.
Yeah.
But in 2017 or whatever my first Olympia was, I remember sitting in stage and I was competing, and I snuck back out and I sat down right in the front row. And I remember Phil Heath coming out, and he turned around and he did that hamstring flex where he like looks over, and I remember sitting there and I'm like, what am I even looking at right now? Like I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
Nothing compares to that size and how lean they are like in person. Like the live stream doesn't show you anything of what it's like in real life. So it's definitely a huge fan of it, and it's something where I think if you're a huge fan of bodybuilding, at one point in your life you got to get to the Olympia and see it in real life because it's not the same.
Totally agree. Oh, okay. As a question, Carleen wants to ask, what was it about?
What rank are you in COD?
What rank are you in Call of Duty?
What rank?
What rank are you in Call of Duty?
I just came back from traveling, and they had a huge update, and they sent us all back to 0. So I'm only at like 35 now.
Okay, well, I need to say I'm literally the shittest person at Call of Duty. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. I'm really, really bad at it. I can't play it. I've tried, and I've got quite a lot of skill with PlayStation, but mate, no, I'm terrible. So I got a lot of respect for you, mate, because you got Twitch, haven't you? Twitch account?
No, I'm not a Twitch guy. No, I've posted a video of me playing, and I'm not a great player myself. I can do it. I'm not good. I enjoy it, but my friends are really good at it. So I play like Warzone with them, and I just let them carry me to the end.
Whilst you're here, if we could get you on screen playing with Phil Heath on Call of Duty, would you do it?
I mean, I would do it.
Oh, sure, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Hopefully we're on the same team though, because I know he would beat me. So I'd rather be on this team and just providing support for him.
I have spoke to Phil, and he sounds like he's a real. He's so good at it. He's almost not fun to play with because he destroys everyone.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. His mindset, he does stuff to be the best and destroy people. So it makes sense.
Mr. Olympia Champion versus Olympia Champion. That would be so cool. I'd watch that. I'd definitely watch that. That'd be cool. Listen, and especially with the headphones, and if the headsets, and could hear him, the banter going back and forth. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. We have to set that up.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I really like that. What was that photo shoot like with you and Ramy? Was that the day after with, who was that with? Jason Breeze?
No, that was with Chris Nickel right after with Flex Muscle Fitness, I think.
Okay.
Chris Nickel. And yeah, that was a lot of fun for me as well. I hadn't gotten a picture with Big Ramy. I'd spoken to him a bit, but I like didn't get a picture with him, and I was like doing a photo shoot, and I knew he was coming right after me. So I was done, and he was a little late, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait around. It'll be worth it.
Did you?
I'm like, I'm gonna wait for him to come in, and then he showed up, and then I was like, yo, you want to get some pictures together? And the photographer wanted it too, and Ramy was excited about it. He was a good sport, so we had a little pose down, and at one point he wanted to hit a most muscular, and he looks at me, and he just like makes this mean, ugly face, and just glares at me, and hits his most muscular, and I just burst out laughing. I couldn't even keep it in. Just this 290-pound human in front of you, just so much muscle. You're like, holy shit. So it was definitely cool to kind of, not many people get to say you get to hit a pose down with Mr. Olympia, even if you're classic Mr. Olympia.
Even if you're Olympia champion yourself. But it's a shame that Flex and Muscle Fitness isn't still going, because imagine that as a front cover.
That would be pretty awesome, yeah.
That'd just be the front cover to end all front covers. And the thing is, you look good next to him. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yes, he's bigger, he's thicker, he's denser, but, you've got such a beautiful shape. You've got such great aesthetics. We looked in like the shoulder to waist, and, you look really good next to each other. Do you know what I mean? In terms of in how you compare, in terms of what you would term as a good physique,
For sure, yeah. I thought it showed like the exact perfect contrast of classic to open.
Yeah.
Because like his like just huge, refined, lean physique, and then mine's just like a little smaller, more aesthetic kind of thing, smaller waist and everything. It really showed the cool contrast to it, and kind of showed his strengths and mine all in one.
Cool. Chris, mate, this has been absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad we finally got to catch up. I know you, because I've DM'd you a couple of times. I don't think you've even read the message, because I'm assuming it just gets lost in the mix, So I'm really glad that we finally, because I always speak to you at the shows, and you're always very polite, and because, and I'm just so glad we finally got you on, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
For sure, man. I appreciate you having me on, and I'm glad we do so. Now that you have my number, I won't be able to hide in the DMs anymore. We can do it more.
Yeah, cool. Okay, mate. Well, just wave to little Chris. All right, then, Chris. Chris Bumstead, 2-time Classic Olympia champion. Thank you so much for coming on, and I look forward to speaking to you very, very soon.
Likewise.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Okay, bye-bye.
For sure, appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, it is shout-out time for Season 4, Episode 4 of MD Global Muscle. Who do we have first? We have a guy called Fabian Larabia. That's not his name, as you can see. It's Fabian Paredes, IFBB Pro. Now, I know literally nothing about this guy, but this was the picture that popped up on my feed, and I thought, holy shit, this guy's got a great physique. I don't even know what category this guy competes in. I think he's going to be classic. I've got a funny feeling. I've seen these guys, they look huge like this, and then they kind of make it down to the classic weight. But what a beautiful physique. Look at that. I'm trying to think who he reminds me of. Who does it remind me of? Do it remind you of anyone, upper body-wise? The upper body reminds me of someone. I can't think who it is.
I can't remember the guy with the small waist.
Oh, well, that really narrows it down. Oh, you mean Brian Buchanan?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I can see Brian Buchanan. It's going to come to it. It's bugging me. Now, I looked at his Instagram a little bit before, and there's not really much physique shots apart from this new one. So that's why he's kind of popped up on the radar now. What's that? What's he? I thought it looks like the old Ronnie Coleman branding there. This is a... Oh, it's all in... it's from the Dominican Republic. I'm assuming he is. Maybe Victor Martinez knows him. Because Victor Martinez and John De La Rosa had their pro show, ran for a couple of years out there. They did, I think, 212 and some other... But what a physique. He's not showing much of his physique on his Instagram. Apart from that frontal bicep he posted last couple of days, I'm assuming. See, that's a good indication of his physique there. Fabian Larabia. What's his name again? Sorry, I forgot it already. Fabian Paredes. Oh, shit, 168,000 followers. So he's well known. He's well known. What do you want to see, Colleen? What do you want to see? A training shot? In bed there, chilling.
No, thank you.
Is one on the beach? Is one of it eating some meat? What else? Yeah, I'm just looking for some good state. I'm just trying to see when he's competed. I mean, I'm assuming it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this guy's definitely classic. I'll put money on it. Oh, he's tagged in Flex Wheeler there. So I could hazard a guess that he's been prepped by Flex Wheeler. I think that's possibly why he's done it. There's no indication as to what category he is, but I'm gonna put money on the fact that this guy's classic, and he's from the Dominican Republic. So what the hell's that? Oh, earbuds or something. Oh God, chilling. There he is. He does a lot of squats. That's good. That's good. Cut beard. That's cool. He is. That's it. Victor Martinez. I'm sure we can ask Victor more about this guy. Everything, there's nothing in English. Nothing in English. And there's no indication, no hashtags to what category he does. But yeah, I'm guessing this guy is definitely classic. But what a physique. God, his abs and shit. Yeah, great structure. Here's a guy that could be good enough to go open. I mean, he's got the structure. I mean, it's that frontal bicep, isn't it? That's a good shot. Looks a bit like Rolly there, like a small Rolly. I think not a small Rolly, but smaller than Rolly, because, 99.99% of bodybuilders are smaller than Rolly Winkler. Sorry, Rooley Winkler. I keep getting told. I keep saying his name Rolly. I've been calling him that for 12 years. But yeah, so, we can't read any of this. So, Mr. Olympia, Isa Sharu, classic Latin America. So, yeah, he's Latin American. Dominican Republic. Okay, yeah, so give this guy a follow. He's IFBB Pro, so what's happened here? Press something. Yeah, so what's happened? Hang on, I've accidentally pressed on something. Oops. Right, okay, let's go to our second shout out. This is Ivy Rain. Right, how do you say her last name? Rain. Ivy Rain. Now we had Evie. This is really annoying me now. We had Ivy Rain. I've had her on the show, so I should be able to say her name properly.
You need to say it with an accent.
What accent? I try to remember what accent. I can't remember what nationality she is now. Right, so this is Ivy Rain. She won. What was the show she won? Was it Tampa or the New York Pro? Was it Tampa? Let's go and have a look. Now we had Ivy on the show a few months ago. Now this is all the Olympia, obviously. She's women's physique. Let's have a look. She's a mother, isn't she? Mother of two. Women's physique. Yeah, she did. Hang on, let's have a look. My mind's gone completely blank now, because we had her on the show back in season 3. Lovely lady, fantastic athlete. And what a condition. That was when she did Portugal, the Pro Portugal. I forget. Oh, her first pro win. She won that one. I forgot. Gosh. Yes. Yeah. She won the women's physique there at Portugal, the one with the big revolving stage. I've been to that venue, actually. Had selfies with Brandon Curry outside. Not to brag. What are you doing on your phone? You're looking at memes. You're looking at memes on your phone whilst you should be concentrating. Disgraceful. Right, okay. I think it was the Tampa show that Ivy won. Yeah, I think it was it was Tampa. That's where she won Tampa. So that's the difference. Yeah, Tampa Pro. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the condition. I love the conditioning in her abs and intercostals and yeah. But she was training in a home garage, wasn't she? There, look. This is the home gym, and how much she got there? 5 plates. Is that 5 or 4.5? 4.5. 4.5 plate hack squats in her home gym. Wow, she got bands on as well there. That's impressive. Right, okay, now the reason I want to really mention Ivy is because she got top 5 at the Olympia back in December, which is I was so happy for her. We were so happy, weren't we? We were so chuffed. It's nice when you get these, that's a lovely picture. That's beautiful, that one. That's a lovely, lovely photograph. No one is you, and that is your power. Thank you. TLR79 for one of my favourite shots ever. That's a lovely picture, that one. Look at that. Oh, she's got no top on. I just noticed. Yeah, family-friendly show. Yeah. Yeah, so let's have a look. Let's get some Olympia stuff up, because she got top 5. She got 5th place, didn't she? There you are, look. Okay. There we have Sarah Villegas, the new Miss Olympia. Olympia Physique, Women's Physique Champion. Natalia Coelho. We have Shanique there, who's now retired. A new face, Barbara Menegas from France. with a shaved head there. I think there's someone we're going to have to get on the show if she speaks English. I think I've messaged her, actually. But there's Ivy there. Oh, she looks lovely there, doesn't she? And she's what? She's over 30. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but no, it's impressive. You know, she's probably the oldest one there, and what a physique, what a conditioning. But top 5, 5th in the world. There, Ivy, you're 5th place in the Olympia. That basically means you are ranked number 5 in the world in women's physique. That's a huge achievement and a pro win. Let's have a look at some of her stage stuff from the Olympia. Let's watch this quickly. I'll do the sound thing again. Oh, get that off. Get that off. Wow. Oh God, she does look good. Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like about Ivy? I like her lat pop from the front, and I like the conditioning in the side of her legs and the glute ham tie-in. I mean, look, she's not even flexing her glutes, and you can see them. They're clearly. Look at that. That's what you call a real pop to the physique. Everything's kind of just. Yeah, back is fantastic. Back's fantastic. Oh my God. I can see how she got 5th now. Yeah, she's really good, isn't she? She's definitely better there than when she won Tampa. Look at her shoulders and the traps. Look at that. I love the way the lats flare out. Kamal had that at the Olympia this year. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, we love you, Ivy. You're amazing, and very proud of you. And it's always nice when you get a guest on and they end up, they go on doing really, really well. Any picture you want to see, Kelly? That back. Sorry, I've already decided. Look at that. That's good. That's good footage. Yeah, look at that. I would say she's really, really peaked perfectly there. Really peaked perfectly. Amazing shoulders. Love the conditioning. There's some guys that don't get conditioned that are in the Olympia. I don't want to mention anyone. Actually, everyone was pretty well peaked at the Olympia this year, which was, considering some were training in home gyms and everything. It's quite impressive to see what everyone brought. Look at the condition. And she still looks, do you know what? She still looks nice in the face. She doesn't look drawn, She doesn't look hard. She doesn't look haggard in the face. Because sometimes to get that level of conditioning, it's a very, especially for women, it's very hard on the old body there. So, yeah, Ivy, up to 42,000 followers now. That's great. Also, she's with Trained by JP now, isn't she? Yeah. That was this week that was announced. Surprised to see. Oh, here we are. Yeah, she's with Jordan Peters in the UK and Corinne Ingman. She's a new athlete. Happy, honoured, excited, thankful. I don't even have enough words to express how I'm announcing that I'm now part of the Trained by JP clothing team. I can't thank you guys enough. So they're getting a bit of a big team. They got Ian Valliere this week, didn't they? Ian Valliere, who else was it?
Ruffin.
Who? Oh, Terence Ruffin, Rhea Gale. I mean, she was part of their team anyway. But I like to see. Look at this shot. Wow. Oh, that's a Walt Whitman shot. Look at that. I'd rather die with memories than with dreams. Look at that. Do you think she could crack top 3 next year?
Yes.
I think she's as good as Coelho.
Better.
Do you think she's better than Coelho?
I think so.
Really? Okay, so let's go to our third shout out. A bit of an industry one here. This is Jonathan Morio. I'm sure we've given him a shout out before, but this guy always helps me out with photographs from my MD Global Muscle Buzz column. So I really appreciate that. He's a fantastic photographer. Him and his father, they both do videography and photography. But Jonathan's really making waves. Is Mark Hector. Mark Hector. This is from Alicante when Mark took, what was Mark? Seventh place at Alicante, and then he took 3rd place at the British Grand Prix. I think he looked even better at the British Grand Prix. But yes, Jonathan Morio. Oh, look, Rafael Brandeo. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with what he brought this year. I was expecting him. I felt like when he left the Dragon's Lair, I felt like he lost a good 10 pound of muscle there by being back in Brazil. Got to say it. But at 3rd place, I mean, he should have been winning Alicante easily because he's that good. But it just shows you how good he is, and he's still only in his 20s as well. So he's a guy to really look out for. But anyway, back to Jonathan. There's James Hollinshead, who won the Alicante. There's Angel Calderon. Who's that? Is that Phil Heath? I'm guessing that's Phil Heath. Yeah, Phil Heath, yeah. Long have I waited to see Phil Heath competing with my own eyes. This wasn't his 2011 to 2013 shape, but still can't deny this man is a legend. Glad I was there this year, because obviously he managed to get out to the Olympia with Emilio Martinez. Don't know how he got there, but I think he said it cost him a lot of money to just even be able to be at the Olympia this year. So yeah, look at that, the silhouette of Phil. He's so impressive, isn't he, Phil Heath? So yeah, so I just want to give it. Oh, that I know that is. Do you know that is, Callie? Don't look.
I have no idea.
Don't look. Don't look. Who does that look like to you? Do you want me to give you a clue?
Maybe the guy we met last year.
Selfie in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Come on, who is it?
Mr. Olympia.
Well, who? There's 16 of them.
Brandon, duh.
Brandon Curry, yeah. The thing is, that makes Brandon, like the way that the light's shining, that makes him look like a bloody classic, and he's huge. So, but great photo anyway. So, is Rami playing air guitar just before he got his 400 grand check in Sandow trophy. But yeah, so I love good photography. Was a photographer for many years in the industry, so I'm one that can definitely appreciate good photography. Here's Jonathan here on the right. Who's he with there? Is that Ivy? Is that Ivy? No. Oh no, that's Veronica. That's Emilio's wife. Veronica Gallego. Sorry, I've got to say it. Gallego. Veronica Gallego. She's women's physique, as you can see. I don't think she did the Olympian. I don't think she qualified, but she competed in the Alicante show. That's his show. I'm trying to look who else is there in the background. Yeah, that was the Olympian. This is Jonathan here. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, what am I doing there? Yeah, that's Jonathan there. Cool suit like that, nice and dressed, nice and smart. It's the Olympia. Everyone dresses up at the Olympia on the Saturday night. It's really cool. All the women all look all glam, and it's a really exciting thing. So hopefully we'll all be there next year. This year, next Olympia, I mean. So yeah, that was a pivotal moment. That was when Kamal Elgargni, the defending Olympia 212 champion, was taken out by 1 point, just 1 point. Sean Clarida there, who weighed 177 pounds to take his first 212 Olympia title. There's Tyler Mannion. There's Dan Solomon. Guessing that's Jake, maybe. No, too short to be Jake. Jake's like that tall. Jake could be there. There's Dan. And then there's Tyler. So Jake is a giant. So I don't know who that is. Probably somebody, one of the sponsors. But yeah, oh, look at that. He said he cried, didn't he? He came on the show. He said he cried when he won. To think in 2015, he's 155 pounds and he was 57 pounds under the 212 limit. And he's still 35 pounds under the 212 limit. And he won, convincingly. Yeah, it was convincing. Yeah. And he had very stiff competition. So there's the man of the moment by Chris Bumstead. Wow, look at that. He looks like a superhero. I think maybe he could go into movies. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we did sidetracked a bit there, looking at Jonathan's wonderful photographs. So give Demotus Pro a follow. He's a great guy, and like I said, I really, really appreciate the way you help me out with images for my column, because it means we've got good quality images, which really helps to sort of bring my words to life. So, yeah. Right, okay, we're going to go to our final shout out here. Now, this is a bit of a weird one, I know, but because he's such a huge name with 2 million followers, Hadi Shupan, the Persian Wolf, 4th place at the Olympia this year. Now, I'm just trying to. It's amazing to think how big and how dedicated this guy's fan base is, and how, I mean, what an incredible athlete. Came over from the 212. Now, the reason I want to bring this, because I saw this picture and I wanted to talk about it. Okay, come on, bring it. There we go. Right, okay. Now, this is Hadi at the 2019 Vancouver, which he won. He beat Nathan Diasher in second. I think Valier, I'm sure Valier was 3rd or 4th, Ian Valier. Now, I know the difference in lighting and everything else, but I honestly feel if Hadi could duplicate this look and bring that to the Olympia. I mean, this is what he ended up bringing to the Olympia and still took 4th place. He was third place the year before. Some people even had him winning the 2019 Mr. Olympia. But if he could bring that, I mean, that's not, Colin, is that just lighting, or is he more impressive in Vancouver than he was at the Olympia? What do you think? Is it a bit of both?
Yeah, a mix, but I think the other picture's better, left one.
Which one? I know the pictures of the lighting's better, but does he for me, it's not just lighting. He looks a lot better in this one.
Yeah, from his chest, you can easily tell.
Yeah, he looks fuller, doesn't he? I mean, thing is, like Kamal said earlier in the episode, he said that, he's getting to the Olympia not knowing 100% if he can get there, like even when he's leaving for the airport. So I think if Hadi Choopan could bring his 2019 Vancouver look or his 2017 San Marino look, which I was at, which completely blew my mind, I've said about 1,000 times on record, I think he's a threat for the Olympia title. I really do. But here's a guy, I mean, he's just got a different sort of physique to the rest. The detail, the density, I mean, look at that. But honestly, for me though, he wasn't as crisp from the back as he was from the front. I've studied the video, I've studied the pictures, but I mean, look at that. I mean, that's Hadi Choopan. He's still only about 95% there, maybe even 90%, and he's still taking fourth place in the Olympia. And here's a guy that is really barely out of the 212. I'm guessing maybe he's already around 220 there. I think this still needs to be addressed. I think that's something that's, I do think it'll still hurt him. I think if he's putting stuff in there, I think he needs to stop it or he needs to get it massaged, because it is, you can see it, it's causing a bulge, which is actually taking away the detail, because look at the detail over this guy's entire body. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But, yeah, what do you want to see, Colin? Do you want to see any training or posing or... Sorry, what's that?
Top right.
The what?
Top right.
Oh, top right, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, just photo. No training stuff. Have you seen some of the squatting?
Oh, it's mental.
Yeah, squatting 6-7 plates. And also, I noticed he's starting to learn a little bit of English. He did something for his sponsor, Evogen. And because he is, I think I don't know whether he's partially or fully deaf. He's partially deaf. Yeah, he wears hearing aids. But yeah, and I thought it was a really nice to see him kind of learning English for his sponsor, for his profile. I mean, it doesn't really. I suppose it does. It's only going to help him if he learns English, because he can connect with the fans. He's then not completely reliant on his translator. But what an athlete! I remember seeing this video. This was impressive. What are those dumbbells? How are they? Oh God! How big are they? I want to see him. I know he drops them at the end, but I don't know whether you see how heavy they are. Look at that. Go on, oh, get off. Got to be so careful with the copyright now, haven't we? So, how many reps are you doing there? I don't know, I can't see how big they are.
120.
No, they're bigger than that.
Oh, bigger than that.
Yeah, up to 105s. 105s. I think Hadi Choopan's stronger than me in my prime.
145.
Yeah, they're probably like 130s to 120s, 130s, I reckon. See, that's an impressive shot. Look at that one. I mean, look at the detail. Look at it. Crazy. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And this was the one I think he posted before the Olympian. This is all we'd seen up to this point, pretty much. I mean, look at that. There's a guy who's ready. Yeah. His legs remind me of Phil Heath there, Very much like Phil Heath. But there's the 2019 Olympia. So let's have a look at one more. Is he doing backflips there? Is he doing...
Yeah, he's a backflip.
Did he do backflips? Oh no, he's backflipping into a swimming pool. I thought he was doing that on a guest posing or something. Oh, right. Yeah, I wouldn't do that on stage, mate. Otherwise you're going to twang a calf or land on your head or something. But where's the other one I wanted to see quickly? Something I wanted to see. No, what was it? Let's have a look at a bit of squatting. Oh, he's only got 5 plates aside on there. What is that? 3? Yeah, that's 5 plates. That's 500 pounds. Yeah. Whoa, he's going right down as well. 1 rep. 2 reps. Oh, that's it. 2 reps. 500 pounds to the floor. Well, still impressive. I'm expecting a few more though. Come on. Stop slacking, Hadi. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, you know, if you're not following Hadi Choopan and you're a bodybuilding fan, shame on you. So, okay. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to our MD Insiders, the membership plan we're doing now, which means you get to see interviews ahead of time, and there's quite a few other member benefits. We'd like to give a shout out to a new member that's joined this week called Muscular Men. And so we really appreciate the support. It helps to really build the channel and just build everything we're doing, really, because this is we have producers here, and we've got studio, a lot of different equipment, and a lot of different shows that we're trying to support and grow. So we do really appreciate the support. It really helps make a big difference. So, and also, Carleen, would you like to see my little Willie and my little bum? Well, I'm asking.
Why not? It's 2021.
It's 2021. There's my little William Bonac. So you look like I can feel the cringe coming from you. Yeah. You are cringing hard. And here's my little bum. So this, of course, is the Iron Idols. They kindly sent me a full set all the way from Australia. And I saw the cost of the shipping, so I really do appreciate. It's nice because when we get the guests on, we can actually have the dolls on the table, and they get all excited, don't they, when we show it? And what was the thing is, I always do it before we start filming, actually recording. But so I sent a picture of the one of Dorian Yates to Dorian Yates after we spoke to Dorian in episode 1 for season 4, and he said, "No, it can't be me. It's too handsome." So there you go. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of MD Globe Muscle. As ever, we appreciate the support. We appreciate you watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching MD Globe Muscle, and we are out.